Feels like that old school Will Smith song, Summertime. Summer, summer, summertime. It is summertime, and you can guarantee a couple of things. Summer League basketball, Heat play this afternoon, and some people are talking at the Summer League over there in Las Vegas. Also, Dolphins getting ready for the season. There's always something going on with the Dolphins. NFL, it never stops, and it's hot. And I'm not just talking about the weather outside. I'm talking about our Inter Miami Herons and our Miami Marlins. It's always a hot time when we're right here. Weekends, noon to 4, Sports Day with my cousin Vladimir Lewisson. I am Dan Day. Good times last night. Inter Miami taking care of business. The Miami Marlins. Oh, hold up. Wait a second. Who at the beginning of the season said, don't overlook Triple-A pitcher Jansen Junk? Oh, my goodness. Who said that? It was
all right. Take your, take your.
Although I will admit, I
take
thought
your stroll around the bases.
I will admit, yesterday I was like, he might step back tonight, but he didn't. He did good, man. Man, craziness in this world, man. We're gonna get to it all. There's a lot going on, some rumblings. I don't know. We'll find out if it's a little something to worry about, or if it's just talk during the summer league over there in Las Vegas. We shall wait and see. Once again, don't know how much we can glean from summer league, but okay. We'll take it step by step by step. Going to have Daniel Solana come on and talk about Inter Miami in the next hour. Of course, also going to be getting to some Dolphins, and we're going to get to this summer league. Streets are talking. I'm going to have a little.
What's the street saying?
Love
when the streets talk.
Well, it's just there's certain players that have been granted very much love and very much protection. Now they're going to have to cash some checks. They're saying, look, we stepped up for you. You need to step up for us. So some of the guys that are beloved, that are untouchable on the Heat, somebody that I said was probably touchable. Maybe there's some whispers around him. Hadn't had the greatest summer league, but then again, I'm not going to get too deep into the summer league because we know what does it mean. Bronny James is the star. Him and Cooper Flagg are the stars of summer league. But that should tell you something right now. A guy who's never played an NBA game and another guy who is going into his second year.
Okay.
We're going to touch it all. Plus, I'm just going to celebrate the Marlins doing well. Inter Miami, Messi on a historic run. Hard to believe that Messi still. What?
He's doing it against MLS talent.
Oh, we're not doing this.
Yes.
No, don't get under my skin at the beginning of the show.
Let's do that. Yes. When it was time to go against the big dogs.
He did it against La Liga talent. He did it against all of Europe. He did it against all of the world.
Did he do it against PSG? Did they do it against PSG?
He didn't do it at PSG.
Did they do it? I didn't say he. I'm taking away.
Oh, no, they didn't do it against PSG.
They do it.
No.
So that's why I don't.
Well, you can have a bad game.
This doesn't matter. Whatever.
Why are we always knocking MLS?
Because they won the MLS title. They had the leading points. Right now, what they were trying to relay to the public is that they want to be a club power, meaning that they're not only an MLS power, but they can go against all the top clubs all across the world. And when they did, well, they went against PSG, and
Well, they beat Porto. They should have beaten Palmeiras out of Brazil.
They should have. Palmeiras, what? They got to the did they get to the semis?
They got to the quarterfinals.
It's quarters, right?
Yeah. Had some problems against PSG. Inter Milan had some problems against PSG.
Thank you, RVA Richie. That's what I was just trying to say. MLS is the inferior league.
Oh, let's do some more tired takes. What else you got? Go ahead. Give me some more tired takes that every sports show does everywhere in the nation. Let's be like everybody else.
It's not tired when it's rested and
the Marlins suck. Nobody goes to the games.
They don't.
What else do we have? Come on, let's get some more tired takes.
Wait. Is it tired because it's facts?
No, it's tired.
No. Is it tired because it's facts?
How about you look deeper into MLS?
No. I don't need to look deeper.
Is it facts?
Is it facts that they're not bet that when MLS goes against the other club teams that they don't do very well?
No, but I'm not going to sit here.
No. Is it facts?
It's not facts. It's not because it's on an individual game basis. I'm tired of just doing any tired sports take.
It's not a tired
NIL is out of hand.
It's when it's facts. Sometimes people don't like to live in facts.
It's fine.
Y'all want to live in fantasy world, live in fantasy
as the
world.
Premier League.
That's what you want to do. You want to live in fantasy world, live in fantasy world.
But I also don't want to
I live in realistic.
Boring fact.
It ain't boring if it's factual.
Okay. So what else you got? Go ahead.
Yo, White, is that a fact?
Yeah.
You boring?
No.
Okay then. So then what are we trying to say here? If it's something that's regular, because why? Why? You can't relay it?
Let's get the headline.
There's no diffusing to that. The fact is, MLS is inferior to the other leagues.
That's fine.
Okay, then.
But to say that Messi, he's just doing it against MLS, that doesn't count. That doesn't mean that much.
It doesn't mean much to me. I can have my opinion.
Is it facts that what he did last night was historic?
It could be facts that it was historic. Fine. He had 2 goals. I've seen him do 2 goals. It's not impressing me.
Okay, that's fine. You can say it doesn't impress you.
That's what I've been saying.
Okay.
I'm not speaking for the masses.
Impressed me. He extended his 2-goal or more in consecutive MLS games last night. 5 now. 5 games in a row. 2 or more goals in an MLS game as Inter Miami defeated Nashville SC. This is facts. Nashville had not lost in its previous 15 games. And they had a lot of wins in there, too. Next up, another good team, second in the East, FC Cincinnati. That's Wednesday at 7:30. Daniel Solano will join us. He'll talk some facts. Does he like MLS? Is MLS inferior? We'll find out. Facts. Jansen Junk is lighting it up, man. Baltimore, 7 innings, giving up 0 runs, 5 hits, and striking out 2 as the Marlins rolled 6-0. Today, Yuri Perez takes the mound for the Fish at 1:30 against the O's. So that game's coming up. Ooh, we got something going on live right now. Got a little men's final over at Wimbledon. Carlos Alcaraz has won the first set 6-4.
Really?
Yep. So they're going to the second set 6-4 over Yannick Sinner.
Yeah, Sinner can't use that. He's hurt now because remember he got banged up, and then they thought he wasn't going to play in the semis against the American, and then he beat the crap out of the American. So
Taylor Fritz.
Was it Fritz?
No, I thought Fritz. No, Fritz lost.
It was Shelton.
Yeah, Fritz lost to Carlos Alcaraz.
Yeah, I think it was
Yannick Sinner got lucky. He was getting his what beat, and the other guy had to retire because he got hurt in an earlier round. Did you see that?
That guy always has to retire. Is that the guy that retires like in every major?
He would be the champion in every league.
It's like he's like a bad 2010 like TV sitcom. Like every major he has to pull out because he's always
he was winning too.
And he was 2 sets up, right?
Yeah.
Nah, man. You gotta
tough it out, man.
Nah, man. You gotta be injured for you not to tough out.
He started. Yannick Sinner. It looked like he kind of pulled his groin in that match. Of course, we're talking about a former match, but yeah. The MLB draft is today and tomorrow. Now you're probably wondering, where did the Marlins pick? They pick 7th overall. Nationals have the first overall pick.
Yeah.
The MLB draft is weird. There's like these compensatory rounds and these like competitive rounds. And if you're over a certain, like the Mets, the Yankees, and the Dodgers.
If you're over a certain amount of money,
yeah,
or the tax,
your draft pick, you have to go down 10 draft picks. Yeah, once again, explaining it even got hard for me to do right there. The Heat play the Cavs today at 7:30. In other Heat news, Andrew Wiggins is expected to start the season with Miami. Get ready.
It's in July, bro. The season will start till October. Anything can happen.
But they're saying Wiggins is moving his family down here. That was what one of the reports.
Guess what, man? We've heard things where athletes have brought their homes, closed the deals, signed. And Leroy might have told us this story. And then a week later, he was traded. Like, it doesn't really matter. Yeah, it happens like that.
Well, I'm just saying they're expecting him to at least start the season with.
Oh, you know what? It happened. I remember now. I remember where I heard the story. It was Theo Ratliff when he got traded for Dikembe Mutombo. He just got the All-Star.
Yeah, with the
76ers and everything. He just closed the house and he signed the papers and he's about to move in, and then boom, they trade him. Luckily enough, Mutombo brought the house from him. But that's the one good thing about sometimes getting traded. Maybe you just
trade houses.
Like if it's another player involved, you just hey man, you take over.
Yeah, and I know it's a business, and that's business is business. But you would like an organization to tell you, like, hey, this might be on the horizon. You might want to be a little more, I don't know, what would be the word, cautious with your purchases. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, give me a heads up before I'm buying a house. And I know you're probably saying, oh, the executives at the front office don't know. Yeah, they do. They know about the players, and they talk to the coaches, and the coaches probably know what's going on. So, yeah, maybe a little bit. Jalen Waddle been talking, too. Did you hear about this? He admits last season was disappointing, at least for him individually. He's been watching a lot of tape to improve this season. He plans to work on his hand-eye coordination, not moving so much without the ball, and basically brushing up on the fundamentals. So Jalen Waddle admitting.
There's nothing really to admit. The film don't lie. That's the thing that everybody. that everybody seems to forget. There's film on you.
Oh yeah, that's like the
I don't
NFL.
need the numbers say it, but when the film definitely shows you.
Yeah, the players, they say, like, anytime they make a mistake, they're like, shoot,
Yeah, they
man.
know Monday when we
'Cause
watch a game
they
film, they're gonna pinpoint it
they
out.
break down everything because they have
Rewind it. Look at that.
they have a
Look at that
whole
day.
they literally have a whole team of people that just watch every player, every video, every play. So, like, if you make a mistake, even a small one on special teams, they'll call you out on Monday or Tuesday or whenever you go back. So, PSG, heavy favorites against Chelsea today at 3 in the FIFA Club World Cup. Should be a good one at 3 o'clock. PSG is having a great season. Chelsea has made a ton of new investments, acquirements, whatever you want to call it. So it should be really fun. I'm pulling for Chelsea, but if they don't win, I'll be very happy for PSG, a team that is having an unbelievable run right now and kind of getting their comeuppance on everybody that they have signed in the past and paid a lot of money for. Looking at them now saying we can do it better without you. So we'll see. Ndamukong Suh officially retired yesterday. D lineman played 3 years for the Dolphins back 2015 to 2018. He has not played in the NFL for 2 years. So that's interesting. Ndamukong Suh made it official, I guess.
I don't like that these guys do that, bro. It's as if they're always waiting for a phone call to come back. But Larry Fitzgerald did that.
Yeah.
Where it was like, you haven't played in 4 years. Oh, yeah, now I'm retired. Okay, well, you should have said you retired like 3-4 years ago so we can get the Hall of Fame situation going on. But I think they've have they cut the years now for the Hall of Fame? I believe they don't have to wait 5 anymore. I think maybe 3 years or something like that. But yeah, is he a Hall of Famer?
Ndamukong Suh?
I think so.
13 years.
He did win a title.
He was Rookie of the Year. He had some really prime years, not with the Dolphins though. That's going to be interesting. He kind of had issues with his tempers,
but number 1 pick, Rookie of the Year, did win a title with the Rams.
That's true. His numbers are good. He's fringe. I don't know. Just depends how the vote.
Wait, no, I think he won one with the Bucks. I'm sorry.
It's fringe.
Yeah, you know what? Is he Hall of very good? He's very good. Is he a Hall of Famer? That's the question. I think he gets in only because of the number 1 pick and everything like that. He was the number 1 pick, Rookie of the Year.
If I were a betting man and I had to bet a future,
he's not first ballot though.
No. I mean, I hate to be negative. I don't think he gets in. If you made me make a choice,
Dan, I think if you're not first ballot, like if automatically, I think you
are you that good?
No, because maybe it depends on the class you go with. Sometimes, maybe if the class is not
strong,
noteworthy or something like that,
I don't know.
May be the biggest name, but if we're thinking about that, like I'm in the Deion Sanders ideology of, if you got to think about it, then the person is not a Hall of Famer. There's Hall of Very Good and Hall of Fame.
Yeah, I mean, I do get that thinking, but there are guys that get in later on that, they are worthy of it. It's just they weren't the big super names that you always saw. So I don't know. We'll see. I mean, if Ndamukong Suh gets in, good for him. If not, whatever. He did have some of those attitude problems, and
he did.
Not that to me it doesn't make a difference, but to people that hold themselves almighty and voters, they look for any reason not to vote for you.
Yeah, but aren't they dead yet? Like those guys got to go soon.
I don't know, man. They take into consideration all that. So I don't know. What do you think? 305-567-056. You can jump up on the YouTube or Twitch 560 WQAM. Is Ndamukong Suh worthy of the NFL Hall of Fame, or better yet, will he make the NFL Hall of Fame at some point in his life, or at some point in our lives, or at some point? Let's just put it that way, because you never know what's going to happen in this world. Last but not least, FIFA and the Players Union will begin implementing a mandatory players rest period. Matches must be at least 72 hours apart, and clubs will have at least 21 days of rest at the conclusion of a season. I bring that up because Inter Miami, we know, is going to have to play a lot of games in a short period of time due to them not playing so many MLS games over the past month. Remember, they had the whole FIFA Club World Cup. They've got Leagues Cup coming up, so they're going to have to find a way to make up these games, hence why they played last night. They play Wednesday, then they play Saturday again. So it's a lot of games in a short period of time. The FIFA organization is making sure that these players get some rest, and definitely Messi has not seemed to need the rest as much because he has been. Remember when we were talking about how checked out he was and how time had probably seemed to catch up to him. Now we're talking about how great he is, or at least in MLS. Maybe not in FIFA Club World Cup, although he did get some goals in FIFA Club World Cup. I was excited about it. We'll see. With that being said, let's take a step into the day spa. This one gets me excited. Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania Naturist Group is bringing back their annual nude bowling event for just $30. You can grab a ball and have a ball.
Which one?
I'm talking about bowling, man. Nude bowling. You know how they have like galactic bowling and all this other bowling? Nude bowling.
Nude bowling. Definitely new meaning for holes, splits,
wax.
And wax, yeah.
Yeah. Pins.
That 6-9 split.
Oh, yeah, you got to worry about that 7-10 split too.
Yeah, that one too.
That one's hard. That one's hard to get to. I know a couple of people that have been in that 7-10 split situation, and gotta just try to figure it out. Just try to figure it out. Dolphins trying to figure it out right now. You heard Jalen Waddle say he underperformed last year. Now he's working on the basics. This team could look drastically different. We're going to take a look at what possibly could happen with our Miami Dolphins next here on Sports Day 560 WQAM. couple of more Sundays until we get some Dolphins early September. They're going to start practice and training camp soon enough. What will this Dolphins team look like going into the season? Better question is what it's going to look like at the end of the season. But some people are speculating that the Dolphins could make some drastic and crazy changes. So I'm going to walk you through some of this right now. And we're just going to kind of take a look and see if anything possibly could happen that would totally blow our minds. Yahoo Sports recently wrote an article stating that the Athletics, Jim Aiello, painted a scenario, although unlikely, but not impossible, where the Dolphins could be without Tua Tagovailoa. And I'll read. There's a world where this is Tua Tagovailoa's final season in Miami. To be clear, the odds of the Dolphins moving on after this season are remote, far likely in 2026, but it's maybe not as crazy as you think. Imagine if the up against the cap Dolphins struggle to a 5 or 6 win 2025 season. Ownership decides it's time for a hard reset. New general manager, new coach. They didn't see Tua Tagovailoa fitting in, his concussion history, limitations, pocket passer as franchise quarterback. They decide to draft a quarterback and look to trade Tua Tagovailoa to a QB needy team. So what they would do is trade him to a QB needy team, and then all of a sudden things would get crazy. They would save a ton of money. They would start over, and this is where it really gets crazy. If the Dolphins fall flat, fresh start for the quarterback, added they could cut Tua Tagovailoa after the season, would come to a massive $79 million dead cap hit. It wouldn't set an NFL record. It wouldn't set the NFL record, meaning even the contract would be enough guaranteed security, but it would in the end save them money. There's just not a way I see Tua Tagovailoa getting cut or traded, but Vlad, we live in a strange world.
I mean, I really don't see it, but if a certain someone gets fired.
Exactly. And they want to stay. It does make sense. If you get a new general manager and a new coach, they're probably not going to want to work with Tua Tagovailoa.
It all depends on how the season, obviously how the season fares. But if Coach McDaniel gets let go, I don't think unless the next head coach comes in and is a Tua supporter or Tua fan, then like you said, anything's up in the air. But health also will come into play as well. If he does get banged up another year, I could see where they might be, they might want to say, hey, you know what? We've tried. It's been 5 years, 6 years now. Was his 6th season going? We're going to the 6th season, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yep. So
do you want to, this is the first year of the extension. So the extension kicks in, that 5-year extension kicks in now. So you're trying to get out of it early. If everything goes left, I can see that. But as long as Mike McDaniel's the head coach of the Miami Dolphins, Tua is going to be your quarterback.
Man,
because remember, he's the one that went up, right? Remember you said, remember you giving the reports of he's the one that went up to Stephen Ross and says, pay that man the money when everything was happening last year.
Man, a worst case scenario would be Tua gets knocked out of a game early in the season, has bad concussion problems, can't really play, the team falls apart, comes back, gets injured again some way, shape, or form, and you know what? They clear out everybody. Tua can't even really get that much trade value because of the injury, and the Dolphins would have to do what they're talking about here. This is just an extreme case where they might, and once again, this would be worst case scenario with a lot of injury problems and with a terrible team that this season, $79 million dead cap hit if they would cut him, because there would be no other way to go with all the new guys. Whew. What about Tyreek Hill? Is there any way Tyreek Hill isn't on this team? A lot of people are wondering. Chris Perkins writes an article, and we like Chris Perkins over there at the Sun Sentinel.
CP.
Miami Dolphins wide receiver Tyreek Hill, a likely future Hall of Fame selection, I would say yes, will cost the Dolphins $51.8 million on the salary cap in 2026. You can be fairly sure Hill, a 5-time All-Pro and 8-time Pro Bowl selection, won't be playing for the Dolphins at that price. The Dolphins will either release Hill or amend his contract to lower the cap hit, or they could trade him this year before the November trade deadline, depending on how the season goes. But as the Dolphins seem to be moving forward, trying to win with youth and draftees and being more fiscally responsible, you wonder where that leaves Hill's future with the team. Let me give you some scenarios. If they cut Hill, once again, cut Tyreek Hill June 1st, 2026, it would cost them $15.5 million in dead money, but save them $36.3 million against the cap. If they designate Hill as a post June 1st cut, it would cost them $12.7 million in dead money, but it would save them $39.1 million against the cap. Hill, however, is essential personnel. Once again, Vlad, doomsday scenario, things start getting really bad. Could you believe cutting Tyreek Hill?
If he's just a detriment to the locker room, I could see that.
Doomsday scenario, this team starts off really bad and the season starts going. Could you see trading Tyreek Hill?
Yeah, because he or his agent will probably start the discussion about wanting to be traded. He'll say things, you know what I'm saying? Like he'll say things. Sometimes, like our guy Tobin says, sometimes you got to make a stink. And I think Tyreek Hill can make a stink to the point where if he sees another season of him not making the playoffs, that's the other thing. Like as much as we want to say, and I'm the one that said I'm one of the people that lead it. As much as we want to say he's a headache, because he is a competitor, and he's a true competitor. And it hurt him last season not being able to be in the postseason competing for a title, and he's seen his former team since his departure just
get better,
win 2 titles, and then get to another Super Bowl. So that's 3 Super Bowls that he's missed.
If things start going south, and like I say, Tyreek Hill feels as though he's being underused and underappreciated, I could see him making a stink and saying this season is done, this team is done. I see the writing on the wall. Get me out of here.
Everybody's on the foreman right now. Everybody's nervous because of the way 8 and 9.
Get me out of here.
8 and 9 tasted last season.
And do you think there's anybody in this world that doesn't think Tyreek Hill is capable of putting up a stink and trying to get out of here?
Right, but he's going to do everything in his power. But he's not. He's also going to do everything in his power to make sure the Dolphins are capable of being successful.
I understand that.
That's the thing.
What if he feels underutilized? But like you're
saying, we have to see. Like we're just speculating. But if you underutilized, if you're getting 9 receptions, if you're averaging 9 receptions a game, over 100 yards, you're getting a touchdown, but you're still losing.
That's even more interesting.
That's not being underutilized. It's just that you're losing. That's everything. Listen, bro, everything falls on the coach this year. Like everything falls on him.
I mean, the players need to play. They need to show up. They need to work hard.
But they listen. Everything you just said, they can all perform well, and if they lose, it still falls on the head coach.
The blame falls on the coach and the quarterback in this league, and that's the way it is, man. How some other things could change for the Miami Dolphins. A lot of people like Brian Miller over there at Fin Fanatic saying this could most likely be the last year for defensive coordinator Anthony Weaver.
Wow, they think he might be a candidate for head coaching vacancies in 2026.
Here's the article. To put it simply, this season is almost a win-win for Weaver.
I think so.
If he turns his defensive unit into a top 10 defense, and we know they're a little undermanned right now.
They were top 10. They were, what were they, like top 12 last season?
No, they were probably like top 8. They were like the 8th best defense.
Okay.
But if he turns them around again, not turns them around, but gets these guys to a top 10 defense, he'll be a hot candidate for another coaching job, perhaps even a head coaching job. Weaver is designing his defense to get consistent and constant pressure on the quarterbacks, all while also stopping the run. The hope is that the cornerbacks won't be left in coverage for very long. I think we're all hoping for that.
They might see another D'Amico Ryans in Anthony Weaver.
What's going on over there in Houston?
Yes.
Yeah. So it kind of seems like, so if they do good, I mean, look what he did. Look what he did with those guys 2 years in a row. He's made them a top 10 defense. Of course, if they don't do that good, you could say, well, look what he had to work with. He didn't have the best secondary. He didn't have all of his players. He didn't have a lot of talent.
Well, that's the thing. You're right. You're right. He is in
he's in a great spot.
Because if he somehow turns this around and has another top 10 defense, like you said,
then he can work magic.
They think, okay, he can work. Yeah, he can make, chicken salad out of, right. But if it doesn't work out, everything falls, like I said, on the head coach. It'll be on the head coach and the general manager for not giving him the proper assets for him to work with.
And there's one more scenario, which we hope doesn't happen. But once again, we got to do the nuclear setting. If things just go absolutely south and they fire Mike McDaniel midseason, there's no one better to be the interim coach than Anthony Weaver.
Yeah, that's what we said.
And that's what they're saying. He could be around for a while if that were to happen. If he were to get the interim coach job, do a good job as the interim coach, maybe they would make him the full-time head coach. And that would actually be exactly what most NFL teams do. When they fire one coach, they try to hire somewhat of an opposite type of coach. Mike McDaniel, very friendly, very nice, very offensive-minded. Anthony Weaver, although well-liked, maybe a little bit more of a disciplinarian and defensive-minded. That would be the type of quote-unquote 180 you'd be looking for, the symmetry you'd be looking for. Plus, you'd get a guy that kind of knows the organization, that has done well. So Anthony Weaver's in a good spot. I believe he's a great coach. Obviously, look what he did last year with the defense. Hopefully this year he can work that magic again. And, of course, we always got to address Zach Sealer, who – anonymous, we love anonymous NFL executives and coordinators were ranking their best defensive linemen. Zach Sealer got honorable mention, and it said he's probably getting more credit for his 2024 performance because Christian Wilkins wasn't there. He worked himself into an all-pro caliber player. You know, Drew Rosenhaus likes that. Tough, smart, dependable, ultimate team guy from an NFL coordinator. And he's in a contract. Not when I say he's in a contract year, last year of his contract.
I mean, he's in a contract here. He's in a contract. Yeah.
And, you know, I say Zach Sealer is that type of guy that just, you know, he goes out there and he's going, I'm going to earn my money this year. But at the same time, you gotta protect yourself. And, you know, a lot of people are predicting he's going to sit in practices and they're going to find a way to either get him paid or they're going to find a way to Christian Wilkins him and say, go out there and earn it. And after that, you don't know. I mean, is Zach Sealer pretty much in a similar situation to Christian Wilkins?
Yes, that's why we expect
them to say go out there and earn it?
No, we expect
not going to make the same mistake.
No, he's gonna come into camp but not practice.
But remember Christian Wilkins?
What's that called?
Sit in.
Yeah,
it's called a sit in.
It's sit in.
But
yeah.
Remember Christian Wilkins was kind of in the same situation, and he said, like, you know, give me an extension.
What'd he do?
And they said, no, go out there and play and earn it. And he earned it.
No, he sat in. They waited till the last week. They gave him a little raise. They told him to go earn it. He went out and earned it. And now he's in Vegas.
So will they approach the Zach Sealer situation like that again? Or they might say, we don't want to lose this guy. Let's not make that same.
They're probably going to do the same situation because here's the difference between the Zach situation and Christian. Christian's way younger than Zach.
Yes, that is also true.
So,
and another reason you might think that they would be approaching it that way with the more prudent way is, like Chris Perkins said, they've kind of made a commitment this offseason to not just opening up the credit card and giving money to people.
Right. But they did that last year. For this year, for those people that got paid to live up to their contracts, to their payment. So if you take a look back and you look at everything, all the money for this year was paid last year.
Yes. This is the year.
And so, but what happened was the guys that you might have wanted to bring back, they played so well.
But the money's not there.
The money's not there. And unfortunately, they were also they were pretty much the leaders of your team.
Right.
Instead of being like real contributors to your team, they ended up being the leaders of your team. And then now the leaders of your team are gone. And you're questioning who's running this team because all of a sudden, no leadership, nobody respects the coach, this, that, and the other started coming out. And then now you're in a situation, right, where we at on July 13th? Training camp's about to open in less than 5-6 days.
Mm-hmm. It's good. Or next week's not you know what I mean. I think it's like on the 23rd or something like that.
Okay, so we're in 10 days within training camp beginning. Questions on the defense, questions on the offensive line, and everybody's always going to bring what you like to say the boring narratives, but it's a fact. You know, how healthy will Tua be?
No. Once again, if Tua gets hurt in, let's just say week 1 against the Colts, and he's on the injured reserve, and this team goes on a losing streak to begin the season, I hate to even see what this team is going to look like, or even have to see what this is going to be like. We're going to think positive things, man. Week 1, Indianapolis Colts, maybe we'll be facing Daniel Jones, Anthony Richardson. They probably can't figure it out, and we'll be okay. Right now, that's all we got. Up next, going to take it to the social media world, see what's trending in and around the sports world and the world in general. My cousin Vladimir Luson. I am Dan Day, and this is Sports Day on 560 WQAM. I'm gonna tell you what's going on over at Wimbledon because Carlos Alcaraz is trending as we do hashtag what's trending at Vlad2078 at Dan Day Radio on all the social medias. Of course, you can catch some clips from the show throughout the week by going to 560 WQAM's YouTube page, and it'll also be up on the social media. Carlos Alcaraz and Jannik Sinner, men's final at Wimbledon. Carlos Alcaraz took the first set. Now Sinner's up 4-3 in the second set, so looking like it is going to be a battle. Something else that is trending on X.com, the Hurricanes, the U. But it's not for maybe the reasons you think. Of course, yesterday marked the 50th day away from week 1 against Notre Dame. Today, 49 days away from week 1. But it's really Morgan Wallen. So Morgan Wallen performed 2 nights in a row, sold out at
where?
Hard Rock Stadium.
Okay.
And he wore a Cam Ward jersey on both nights. And everyone
spoke about that yesterday. Yes.
Yes. And everyone is just flooding social media with pictures of Morgan Wallen wearing that Cam Ward Miami #1 jersey at the concert. And he said he loves Cam Ward, not because of the U, but because he's a big Tennessee Titans fan. He's ready for Cam Ward.
He also last night walked down to the stage with former Dolphin great Jason Taylor.
I see that right now. Jason Taylor up there smiling.
So, I mean, if you're walking out with Jason Taylor, he never played for the Titans.
That's true. He is famous now, apparently, for walking out with someone famous from the area everywhere he plays. And he didn't do it the first night. So he's saving Jason Taylor for the second night. Jason Taylor looks fit, man.
Yeah. Well, Jason shouldn't be getting ready to coach some defensive linemen for this upcoming season.
Over there at the U, baby. Yeah, it's all about the U.
Or maybe getting to go see his son play for the New York Jets. Yes, sir. Mason Taylor.
LSU great.
Yes, sir. Mason Taylor.
Real quick, one mentioned Canes is also trending. This is a cool story right here. Raising Canes founder Todd Graves donates $1 million to the Texas flood victims, and he says he's not stopping there. He's going to continue to donate. So our thoughts go out to all the victims of floods everywhere, but especially there in Texas, which has been so devastating lately. So some of the things that's trending when it comes to at least the word Canes, you know what I'm saying? Like Canes is trending.
Other thing is Major League Baseball All-Star Game pitchers have been announced.
Ooh, what do we have?
Paul Skeens.
2 years in a row.
Versus Skirball from Detroit.
Honestly, the 2 best pitchers in the major leagues. So, well, outside of Jansen Junk, but he hadn't been around long enough to, probably get some consideration. He plays for Miami, so he won't get as much consideration. But yes.
Notice that all the games are ending early. There's no Sunday night
nice
baseball game so that everybody can head to Atlanta for the All-Star festivities. With Home Run Derby being tomorrow night.
Home Run Derby. Now, the people that are trying to bet on the Home Run Derby, I have no idea.
I don't know. Yeah.
That's a hard bet.
I think everybody's going to put money on Raleigh from
because he's
Seattle.
Got 36?
Nah, he's got more than that now.
38 now?
I think so.
Woo.
Maybe 39.
Has he hit
2 home runs Friday, right? We played 2 of them. Did they play last night and win?
He didn't know. I don't think he hit a home run last night because no one was talking about it.
If they're talking about it, I have it.
It's got to be. What is Mia Khalifa?
Hey.
What is it?
She's a former porn star.
Oh, okay. Well, she's trending for some reason. Probably for all the reasons I would think,
Come on, man. Mia Khalifa, love the brothers. I think she had something with Gilbert Arenas.
Oh, man. Yeah.
Yeah, he has 38 home runs. You're right.
Wait,
really? Let me check what's going on with Mia.
I think she dropped a video or something like that.
Oh, she dropped a new video? I thought she left she left the industry for a minute.
You're more knowledgeable, but Mia Khalifa and then somebody else, Sophie Rain, hot bikini moments. # Mia Khalifa. I thought maybe it was like the wife of Wiz Khalifa or something like that, but no, probably not. Oh, I need to stop looking at Mia Khalifa's stuff online. That's starting to be a little. Why is Led Zeppelin trending is another good reason to be wondering things. Let's see. Led Zeppelin's physical graffiti, first pick captured. Let's see. I don't know. Why does anything trend nowadays, man? It's just they happen to trend. They happen. Okay. Oh, no. Let's see. Heart, Stairway to Heaven, Led Zeppelin tribute. Okay. Yep. So we got Carlos Alcaraz. And of course, as the day goes on, we're going to get a lot of trending from PSG and Chelsea as they play in the
I got Johnny
Club World Cup final. That's going to be at 3:00, and I guarantee You will be updated moment by moment on the
In
social medias.
Well, 12 minutes, you get the first Caitlin Clark versus Paige Becker's matchup
Ooh,
as Dallas takes on the Indiana Fever. That's going to be on ABC.
Caitlin Clark has had a rough year with the injuries.
She hasn't had really a good season this year.
She's had injuries, though. That's been one of the main problems.
She pulled a groin.
Yep. Paige Beckers is having statistically probably the best rookie season anybody has had in the WNBA. Like, once again, that's statistically. That's not, anything other than that. I don't know. Everybody can argue different things. It's weird, though. Caitlin Clark, what is she? She gets beat up a lot. Why? I don't see a lot of Paige Beckers getting beat up very much.
That's because, they like her.
I was gonna say, does Caitlin Clark get under people's skin? I'm guessing that's what happens.
I think for some reason it felt like when in her rookie year, the whole league was coming after her. I think the whole league is, I don't know. Maybe they think she's a plant. I really don't understand.
I think she gets under people's skin, to be honest. Oh my goodness. A little bit of Iga Swiatek is trending right now with the whole Wimbledon thing. Of course, she won Eagles Bagels 6-0, 6-0 yesterday. She is at the men's final, dressed very nice, looking very dapper, or I don't even know what the word would be, very beautiful at the men's final. She's dressed in a nice dress. She seems very
probably ready for the dinner that they have to attend afterwards.
Okay, so there's a dinner afterwards?
I believe there's there's like a special dinner celebration for the gentlemen's and ladies' winner.
That's very nice of Wimbledon. The Royals, they are in the house there for the men's singles final. Prince William and what's her Kate, and the children are there too. So that's always cool to see that they go to the sporting events in the country.
I mean, it's only the biggest event in the country. You know what I mean?
So a lot of people getting excited about Wimbledon. Yeah, and you brought up a good point yesterday. For some reason, I remember breakfast at Wimbledon, it coming on at like 8 a.m., but and now it's 11 o'clock, at least here. Now in Central Time Zone, it would have been 10 o'clock. So maybe that was it, but I don't know. Is that really breakfast anymore?
I asked you that same question yesterday.
Have they moved the time? Or are we just,
First of all, breakfast at Wimbledon was for us in the East. I mean, for us, America, because the game, right. Because it's 2 p.m. their time.
Yeah.
So it's, they always drinking tea and eating crumpets and popping champagne at any time.
Living their best life.
So it's breakfast at Wimbledon for us. But if you're starting around 11 a.m. or 12 p.m., noon, is it really breakfast at Wimbledon? It's more like brunch at Wimbledon.
It's just Wimbledon, but yeah, I get it. No, I mean, if you're out on the West Coast, that's definitely breakfast.
Oh, it's definitely breakfast at Wimbledon, but they weren't speaking to the West Coast. They were speaking to the East Coast.
I like that both Yannick Sinner and Carlos Alcaraz just right before the game took selfies and posted them online for the ATP tour. It's pretty cool. Like, I mean, like with everything going on and preparing for one of the biggest matches of your life.
It's always you got to look out to the followers, man. You got to look out for your followers.
That's what social media is all about. Of course, there's I like the pictures of Andre Agassi and Steffi Graf.
Steffi.
They're still married?
Of course.
Good for them.
Andre's not going to mess that up.
They're at Wimbledon. That's an interesting couple.
Never understood why they didn't produce a super tennis baby.
Maybe there's still time. I don't
know.
I don't know. I like both of them. The Royals living at Iga Swiatek. Oh, Iga Swiatek's yakking it up with Kate Middleton.
You're watching. I can't.
They got a lot of celebrities. I'm sure. I've never been to Wimbledon. I've heard it's a cool event. And it's actually very affordable because if you don't buy like tickets to center court, there's the outside viewing area that you can kind of walk around and have a good time. So see, one day I still haven't made it to jolly old England. So, that's kind of further down on my list. So other than that,
Okay.
Never been. I still got to get to South America before I get to jolly old England. I've been to other parts of Europe. Favorite part of Europe? I don't know. Athens, Greece was really nice when I went.
Italy's great.
I was okay with Italy. I know that's not a popular thing to say. I was okay. Carlos Alcaraz, though. I mean, he's got to be. Is he the most popular tennis player in the world?
I guess.
Because Yannick and Djokovic, they have their detractors, but everybody loves Carlos Alcaraz. He's beloved.
I think we liked him down here because Jimmy went to his game. And
Oh, must we relive the situation where Jimmy went to his match at the Miami Open and then called out the next day sick?
The beginning.
And people thought
He's at the root of this.
we were crazy when we were like, and no, and actually, people knew exactly what was up. He really is sick. No, he's really not sick. We knew all about that. Oh well. So what's trending right there? Hashtag what's trending at Vlad2078. I am at Dan Day Radio. Going to get you caught up with everything that is happening at this planet we call Earth next here on 560 WQAM. Let that one play out a little bit, make you feel like Rhea on this Sunday, Reggae Sunday.
Oh, you're
As
such a nice
always.
person. I was in the bathroom.
I did listen to that clip.
I was in the bathroom. I'm sorry.
We're not talking about scatology right now.
That's why I was long.
Nah, man.
But
You gotta everything's
I
better. A little bit
respect it.
slowed down. A little bit slowed down. Feeling all right. 305-567-0560 is the number to text in. 305 points out Sealer and Wilkins are the same age because Vlad said that Wilkins was younger. Vlad didn't mean younger now. He meant at the time of his contract deal. Wilkins was younger because remember that was a couple of years ago. So they were dealing with a younger player at the time.
Wait,
Right.
how
2
old
years
was?
ago.
Yeah.
He would have been. So now they're both 29 years old.
Yeah.
So they were, but at the time of the deal with Wilkins was 26, 27. Now with Sealer, he's 29. So that's what Vlad meant when he was saying, you have to remember when they were doing the deal with Wilkins, he was younger. Or Wilkins younger than Sealer at the time of the contract. That's what we meant for that. A lot of people talking about this Morgan Wallen concert, and they're not talking about
in a good way or a bad way.
Oh, this is the thing though. It's not so much about the concert. I'm sure the concert was fantastic. I love Morgan Wallen. You know, last night we loved the liquor talk and fast cars and everything like that. But they're talking about the scenery at the Morgan Wallen concert, which
What do you mean? What's wrong with
I'm
the
hearing
scenery?
is outstanding.
Oh, the talent must have been top notch.
305. Avert your ears if you're a little sensitive. Bro, the amount of whoop at the place last night at Wallen. Oh, bro, my girl left me tailgating. That's a bad job by her. She left me tailgating alone to go get merch and alcohol. Was going down.
Wait, Dolo? Wait, time out.
She left him alone at the tailgate with booze, B-O-O-Z-E.
I obviously. Keep going.
He said it's just bad job by her leaving him alone. He's at his tailgate drinking.
So
and
he's
he
at
said
the tailgate drinking,
by
and his
himself.
girlfriend said, "Go, hey, baby, go get me some merch."
No, she said, I'm going to get some merch.
Oh, she's gonna get merch.
Yeah.
That might not be a good thing by him.
No, man, he's
Oh,
cool.
no. You can't let your girl go dolo like that.
When you're probably at a concert that's 4-1, you'll be all right, man.
All it takes is that one.
He's sitting at the tailgate, though, man. Well, look, if she decides to wander off, you got plenty of other options.
Yeah, but here's the thing: he's in a nasty situation. At any given moment, she can come back. So all he can do is leer and watch.
I get caught all the time, Vlad.
Exactly. All you can do is watch.
It's not my fault, though.
Survey and watch.
I told you my situations where like I'm out on like Ocean Drive with my bunnies and old girl wants to go into the store to get something. And of course, women come up to me like, oh, that's so cute. And then she walks out. I'm like, I wasn't doing anything. And, you know, like I said.
Right. You're sitting where you're supposed to be. That's why I said it's bad by him by letting his girl just walk and get merch by herself. Because that merch line is long.
Yeah.
It's nothing but other ladies. So if you find one that you like, boom. All it takes is what a beautiful girl like you doing this merch line all alone.
305 text.
Oh, my man is somewhere back
girlfriend, there. Not my wife. I didn't say his wife. Okay.
Oh, maybe he's just letting you know it was just his girlfriend.
Yeah,
like it wasn't his wife.
My girl left me. Yeah. She was with my daughter, he said. So there you go. So she didn't go solo dolo. So
there you go. You're not gonna. All right. Now you can leer. Now you can watch. You're not gonna let your girl go dolo like that, bro. There's no way.
His daughter went with her.
All right, come on, man. This is Vlad. Come on.
And then he sat back and enjoyed.
Now you can sit back and enjoy it.
A little time bonding between daughter and girlfriend.
And by the way, the daughter's great because by the time daughters, they gonna run up to daddy. So
by
the time he's looking and everything, he's like, oh, there you go. Hey, yeah, okay, cool, boom, yeah. There you go. Good job. Thanks for the scouting report.
That Morgan Wallen concert, man. What a day. What a night.
It's concerts. Girls want to go out to any concert.
No, but Morgan Wallen.
They ain't gonna do that. But anything, if you say concert, festival, daytime, summertime, stadium, they're all in for it.
I'm sure Friday night at Cowboys after the Morgan Wallen concert where it was ladies' night. That thing must have been superb.
Roundup.
That's what I meant.
Yeah, Roundup.
Oh, I mean, it's always superb on a Friday.
Roundup is good, bro.
Roundup after a Morgan Wallen concert on a Friday. Oh,
might be the only place in brothers will go in on a Friday night in Davie.
I think anybody will go to Roundup, man.
I'm just saying. There's a certain type they like.
It's in Davie?
Yeah.
Okay, I can't remember. I went once, and I mean, what in the world just happened to me is all I could say. I just
you know,
still don't know.
You were rounded up.
It was second to none. Check in over at Wimbledon. Okay, so we're tied 1 set apiece as Yannick Sinner wins the second set 6-4. So
They're going 5.
6-4, 6-4. Yep, this looks
By
like
the time the show is over, they'll still be playing.
it could be an epic battle between Yannick Sinner and Carlos Alcaraz. Maybe the best man win.
We still got 3 more hours. 3 more sets, 3 more hours. Yeah, they'll be playing.
Let's get to some headlines real quick. Messi extended his 2 or more goal in consecutive MLS games last night. The streak is now at 5 games as Inter Miami defeated Nashville SC. Nashville had not lost in its previous 15 matches before last night. Next up, FC Cincinnati, Wednesday at 7:30. So it doesn't get much easier. You beat Nashville, who is the hottest team in MLS. Now you're playing the second, right now, seed in the East, FC Cincinnati. So Inter Miami's got a lot of games in a short period of time trying to make up for the games that they missed due to all the tournaments that they have been in. But you know what? Passed the test last night against a very good Nashville SC team. We missed that one. I was looking at their schedule. I think they're away for a little while, but then there's a Red Bulls game, a New York City Red Bulls game on a Saturday in like 2 weeks or something like that. Maybe we'll circle around to that one.
Okay.
We'll see. Jansen Junk. Whoo!
He was junking it?
He had some junk yesterday, man. Lights out. Baltimore. He had a little pitching duel going on, but it wasn't enough because
it was like 0-0 in the 6th inning.
Trevor Rogers only gave up 1 run over 6 2/3 innings, but guess what? When Jansen Junk's throwing up bagels on the board, he and Iga Swiatek got something in common yesterday. Bagels. No runs. 5 hits. He only struck out 2. Who cares? Marlins rolled 6-0 today. Yuri Perez, he's taking them out in just a couple of minutes. 135 against the O's. So, man, I'm like, man, I try not to, I don't even want to say the words, but Junk, man, Jansen Junk has been our best statistic pitcher this year, man. Yuri Perez has been fantastic lately, too. We're worried about Edward Cabrera. There was some talk about a big-time trade with the Astros, and now all the Edward Cabrera trade talk is kind of on hold because he has some discomfort in his elbow, Vlad. Discomfort in the elbow usually means not good things for a pitcher.
Yeah, usually means TJ Watt.
Major League Baseball draft is today and tomorrow. The Marlins have the 7th overall pick. The Nationals have the 1st overall pick.
Tommy John, for those who's wondering. That's what I say, TJ Watt. Yeah.
He play the Cavs today at 7:30. That's some summer league action.
So in the summer league, you have to win, but you have to win by a certain amount of points, correct? Like for tiebreakers?
Mm-hmm.
Because I saw Bronny get a steal and then he went for a layup and they weren't really upset with that.
No. They played the Pelicans yesterday.
Right. They played the Pelicans and they won 90. I think they won 94-91, but they were Pelicans had a chance. They were inbounding the ball and he stole it. And not only did he steal it, he went for a basket. And I was like, that's weird. But then I think tiebreakers are
because there's
only differential
set number of games.
Is the tiebreaker.
There's set number of games. They're not going to go there and play extra games that they don't need to play. They're just, it's summer league. We did win summer league last year.
That's why it's always weird with that when you talk about that. And I know maybe in this hour we're going to touch more about what Eric Spoelstra said about Kel'el Ware.
Well, we actually have Daniel Solana next, so probably in the next hour we'll talk about Kel'el Ware. Which, man, I really thought it was a no story, and then I listened to the clips and. Yeah, man.
He was going in on him, and it's like, are you gonna go in on somebody that you're trying to build their confidence?
I mean, he's giving you real serious talk in summer league. Like, I really thought it was a no story, and I was gonna come on and be like, Vlad, it's summer.
Why is he letting publicly? I'm telling you, man, something happens when they're in Vegas, bro.
Spo and Pat Riley have over the years, their filter has just kind of
whatever they
dissipated. Yeah, I mean, you ain't got time for all that, man.
They ain't got no time. But Spo is like, I don't know, man. You know what that sounds like? A guy that's free.
Well, I wonder what he was doing at the Morgan Wallen concert last night.
Was he at the Morgan?
No, I'm just saying if he was. Woo!
He's in Vegas, right?
Yeah, he's in Vegas. I'm just joking.
On, man. Dude, they having the time of my life. Single man in Vegas.
That is true.
That's.
I mean, he must love summer league. Gets to evaluate talent,
get a good time.
So Spo, why are you going to summer league? I'm evaluating talent. So how do you feel about Kasper Jakuchonis? Haven't seen him play yet. But I thought you were
he's definitely
listen. I thought you said you were coming here to evaluate talent. I'm constantly evaluating talent.
Yeah. Listen.
Don't see it at any of the games. I didn't say which game I was going to be at. What do you mean? Which game? Like the Cavs game tonight? I didn't say which game. Not what game? Which
Now,
game?
I'm gonna go off the topic. If I was a groupie, Summer League is definitely where I'm gunning
That's the
for.
best place to
That's
go.
the best place, right? You got the old and the you got the vets, you got the execs, you got all of it.
I would think so, yes.
And the team is paying for guys who don't even need to be in Vegas. They're paying for their hotel rooms.
Mm-hmm. Like you see some of the players on the sideline
Yeah, like
laughing,
why is your
joking,
ass
watching.
even there? And they're like, oh yeah, I'm just chilling. And it's got to be on the team's dime, right?
Yeah. They get a per diem and everything. Yeah.
So like the Summer League
Nope.
guys, they're like in one floor, and then the vets, the superstar players who have no business to be there, like on the top level.
Yeah, it's 100% per diem they get paid because it's
That's
part of
crazy.
the PA deal and everything like that. And we know some guys, of course, we are the flagship station of the Heat, that even they get per diem and stuff like that as not players. So yeah,
That's crazy. Yeah, man.
sounds like a good deal to me.
Good deal.
Jalen Waddle admits last season was disappointing for him individually. He's watching a lot of tape to improve, and basically he says he's going to work on the fundamentals. So interesting. Jalen Waddle, not usually very vocal, did an interview the other day and kind of came up with that. So we need another big season out of Jalen Waddle if we want this season to be a successful one.
Don't follow what Tyreek did. That's all I would say.
What did Tyreek do?
I don't know. I just think Jalen does whatever Tyreek does. So just don't do what Tyreek does. That might be the film that you need to watch.
PSG and Chelsea today, 3:00 FIFA Club World Cup. The winner in all will make $125 million. PSG is favored. I would say this, Vlad. If I were a betting man, my heart, Chelsea all the way. But my wallet, PSG, man, they have been big time in big time games all year long.
Go with your wallet.
And we'll have Daniel Solano on next, and he'll kind of break it down. And Ndamukong Suh is officially retired. So a year ago, his father passed away. He said it was the hardest time in his life. He's been evaluating his life. So he decided yesterday to make it official and retire it. It was on the year anniversary of his father passing away. D. Lyman played 3 years for the Dolphins beginning in 2015. He has not been in the NFL for the past 2 years. So Ndamukong Suh now officially retired. Yeah, I was going to get back to that, Vlad, when we were talking about that last hour. Like, why don't they just make it official? This is my thing. Yeah, when you know it's pretty much done, you can come out of retirement to play.
Well, guys like him are different. See, when I was thinking about Larry Fitz, I'm like, come on, Fitz, you know you're about to retire. A guy like you deserve the praise for what you've done. Suh is different because he's a hired assassin. So if there's a team that's contending and an injury falls, like if the Chiefs say, let's use the Kansas City Chiefs, right? Say Chris Jones got hurt.
Well, let's say maybe somebody not Chris Jones, but
But I'm just saying the reason why I'm saying
lineman.
a D lineman, but I'm just saying a team like that, even the Eagles, a team
Where
that
you're contending,
right?
You just need a little boost,
or a little boost, or a guy that you could plug in right now,
can hold the line,
And I think that's what he might have waited for because that's what he was in the back nine of his career.
Yeah, he was an assassin.
He was just a hired mercenary. Yeah, just best team with the best odds to win. Let's see what the money is, and then boom.
Yeah, that's what he did. So yeah, does that also hurt his chances to go?
No, I don't care if you are a hired mercenary. I don't care about that because that means you still have you still got set. You still have skills. Relevant. You're still not only relevant, but you still have skills that are, very prominent for whatever the team that you're playing for. But the thing about it is, we got to think about it. Then he's not a first ballot. To me, he's really Hall of very good. He's a very good NFL player. And I'm just thinking, is he a Hall of Famer?
I'm trying to look at his stats and just his overall lifetime stats. His career stats: 199 games played. I wonder if that eats at you a little bit. Like, one more game, man, I could have been at 200.
Yeah, nah, because are they including postseason as well?
I would guess not.
So then, you played over 200 games. I hate when we try to do all of that.
He had 392 solo tackles, 71 and a half sacks. He had 1 interception in his rookie season.
Was he defensive player of the year?
No,
just only rookie of the year.
Yes.
That's it. Okay.
Yep. So he played some time with Detroit, played some time with, of course, the Dolphins, 1 year with the Rams. He won a championship with the Tampa Bay Bucks. He finished his season in 2022 with the Philadelphia Eagles, playing 8 games.
Yeah, he was a hired mercenary, and they lost to the Chiefs, I believe, that year.
I'm trying to think kicking. Why?
He might have kicked an
He
extra
kicked an extra point, and he also
Yeah.
kicked somebody in the groin a couple times.
I mean, that
The
happens.
joke's there. I know. He's from Portland, Oregon. I did not know that. Okay. So, yeah, we'll see. Once again, if I had to bet, I would bet not likely to get him,
Nah,
but you never know. I mean, there was a time he was very dominant in this league.
that's what I'm saying.
Mhm.
But that's why I asked you if he had a DPOY, if he didn't have a defensive player of the year.
No, if you throw in a defensive player of the year,
Yeah, then
then
I might have to throw you in. You have
him
a Super Bowl. You've been to a
You got a
couple Super Bowls.
You're
You have like
first
2
overall
appearances.
pick. You were rookie of the year.
Yeah,
You got a lot of sacks. You got a lot of tackles.
yeah.
Yeah, but he's maybe one award away from
That's crazy, right? Like 1 award away, or maybe another Super Bowl. You would be like, oh yeah, he's in.
Yeah, even a mercenary team winning 2, 2 Super Bowls. I mean, come on.
Isn't it funny? Like I told him, it's crazy. Once you start getting successful, what people might have thought was a failure is you look at it now, you're like, actually, it's an asset. It's a plus.
It's part of the resume.
It's part of the resume. We did that with the Panthers.
We wanted to write off that President's Cup trophy
now
season. President's Trophy season.
You're right. That President's Cup trophy season. Now you're all nobody wanted to mention it a couple of years ago.
Now it's part of the dynasty.
No, it's part of the dynasty.
It really is. I mean, like you put it as part of your dynasty. Oh, and great. Now the Marlins and Baltimore delayed.
Oh yeah. I mean, if we're looking at the weather outside and the weather in the east, it's just nastiness.
Okay, we're gonna get to Daniel Solana. Gonna toss some soccer in just a minute.
Football.
But before we do that, let's go ahead and take a step into the day spa. People are tripping out over a 17-second video that quote unquote accurately depicts an acid trip walking through the woods. I watched it.
I saw it. I think I saw the same thing.
I mean, yeah, I know. Like, I understand tripping out, but
was it that person's first time? What's their tolerance?
It was just video, though. It was just a video.
I know, but I'm just saying.
I mean, like, if you were actually walking through the woods and you were
tripping, you wouldn't be doing that.
You would be feeling like that a little bit. That's a pretty good trip, in my opinion. But they were just using visual effects, but pretty good. Just saying. I don't know. It depends.
We'll see.
I mean, it's weird because you're not like seeing purple elephants and stuff like that. You're just,
If you've seen purple elephants,
you're riding the wave, as they say. You got to ride the waves sometimes.
You've seen purple elephants.
That's when you're really
tripping.
Woo! One time I had a friend, once again, it's a friend of mine, thought they saw someone pumping gas on the side of the interstate. And I was like, why would someone be pumping gas? There's not even gas stations on like the shoulder of the interstate. Yeah, man. It'll mess with your mind, man. This is the time of the year for soccer, though. We're tripping out on soccer this time of the year because Inter Miami, they're playing great. We've got one of the biggest games in the world happening. And then, of course, the biggest event in the sports world will be happening partially here in Miami next year. We're going to bring in our expert, Daniel Solana, next. He's going to get us up to date with everything going on in Inter Miami, with FIFA Club World Cup, with FIFA World Cup, and PSG and Chelsea. That's next here on Sports Day 560 WQAM. Inter Miami get another big win last night against one of the hottest teams on this side of the globe. Nashville SC hadn't lost a game in 15 tries. Inter Miami, Lionel Messi especially, boom, make it happen at 2-1. We bring in our soccer expert from Battered Herons podcast, Daniel Solana. First things first, Daniel Solana, how you doing, man?
I know, right? So it's been a long time since we've seen Mr. Solana.
It has been a minute, fellas. It has been a minute, but that's what happens on summer break, right? People have kids, people go on vacation, and yeah, man, I've been pretty busy covering the Club World Cup for a couple of different outlets, and it's been a heck of a month.
We're going to get to the Club World Cup because I'm really stoked up about this, especially Chelsea and PSG, two really good stories, or at least interesting stories, depending on what you say in soccer. But Lionel Messi, we were asking a couple of weeks ago, what's going on? Is he checked out? Is he going to go somewhere else? Now, all of a sudden, he looks like a world beater. What is happening, Daniel Solana? What's flipped the switch for Lionel Messi?
Well, let's talk about the team, right? The team over the last month and change has been on an absolute tear. 5 wins in a row, unbeaten in their last 6 in MLS. And this team is really hitting a stretch that feels a lot like last summer's run, right? The main difference in this summer versus last summer is Lionel Messi is at the center of it all. Last summer, if you remember, he was injured. There was things going on. And it was Suarez that was putting the team on his back and carrying them during this rough stretch. Now it's Messi who's taken over, commanding the game, elevating everyone around him, and rewriting the record books, just like you said, Dan, having 5 straight games where he scored 2 or more goals. It's an MLS record before. It's never been done in MLS. And really what we're witnessing is just greatness, right? It's plain and simple. Inter Miami is just finding their form. They're building momentum, and the league really should be on notice because it's about to start getting scary.
I was going to ask, are they, again, the best team in MLS at this time?
Yeah, I mean, in my opinion, by the way they're playing, absolutely. Obviously, the points don't show that because they have a couple games in hand. They're in 6th place in the Supporters' Shield, but I believe only 5 points back from who's in first place. So they have a few games in hand still, and they have a tough stretch coming up over the next 3 to 4 weeks where they play a game every 3 to 4 days, especially with Leagues Cup coming up now at the beginning of August. But no doubt that they're the best team in MLS today. Just, you know, not even talking about just the players, just the way that they're playing. They beat the team who was unbeaten in their last 15 in all competitions in Nashville. Not only did they beat them, but they handled them pretty well yesterday. In my opinion, it was one of Inter Miami's better games. I know some of the fans might not agree, but at the end of the day, what's important is getting the 3 points and continuing to make history. And that's exactly what this team is doing.
I'm not impressed. I'm sorry. I'm not. What he's doing is impressive stuff, but I'm just, from what I was told, the minute we got number 10 in the pink and black uniform, is that this team is going to be better than just MLS. This team is going to be the team that can compete against some of the best club teams in the world. And they had their opportunity to do that, and they got their ass kicked. And so you can come back to MLS and do well, and I expect you to that. You're expected to do that. But when you had a chance and the opportunity from what the team, this is what the team was saying. You understand what I'm saying? This is why I'm going about what the team. We want to be one of the best club teams in the world where people would love to face Inter Miami or be afraid to face Inter Miami because we're a prominent team. And when they had tournaments or gone against other quality of the club teams, they haven't performed. So yes, doing that against MLS, it's impressive. I expect that, but you kind of expect that from this team.
I disagree, Vlad. I disagree. I think Inter Miami's run at the Club World Cup was nothing short of historic. A team who has a salary cap of $5.5 million facing teams that have no salary caps that are allowed to bring any player that they want. Remember, they became the first American team to ever beat a European side in an official international competition, taking down Porto 2-1 in Atlanta, a game that I was lucky enough to be there covering. And then they advanced from the group stage, nearly finishing in first place. And that's not something that you can take away from them. I mean, they were 10 minutes away from beating Palmeiras, one of the top teams in Brazil, finishing first in their group and going to face Botafogo. Instead, you know, because of the salary cap, because of the issues of not having the depth that some of these other teams had, they fell short against Palmeiras. They tied, and because of that, they had to face PSG. But I mean, let's be real, guys. Once they face PSG is on another level. I mean, it was a different thing. Inter Miami really got a taste of what it means to go up against some of the best teams in the world, like you mentioned, Vlad, and they got swept off the field. That's the truth. They got swept off the field. Although that happened, I still think this run that they had in the Club World Cup showed progress. It showed potential, and it showed that if the league, and I'll get into that in a little bit, if the league is willing to take back on some of the restrictions that they have regarding salary cap, regarding some of the players, it's really starting to show that the gap could start to close sooner rather than later. And it's really something to build on, right? And this is not just for Inter Miami. This is for the entire league. You had Seattle in the Club World Cup. They played a couple of good games. They scored a couple of good goals. They played against PSG. They only lost 2-0. They played against Atletico de Madrid. They had a good game against them. LAFC played Chelsea, didn't do well, then lost against Ulsan, and then ultimately had an okay third game in their group stage. But look, I don't think that the gap is as big as everybody says. I think what the league needs to do is tinker with some of the rules a little bit, and then you'll see these teams start to become on par with some of the rest of the world.
Yeah, I would really look forward to MLS possibly doing some tweaks and some altering to the salary cap and some of their ways they try to keep equality, because it would elevate them on the national stage. And I do want to talk about the national stage because one of the biggest games in the world all year long is going to be happening today in New Jersey. Of course, talking about my guys, Chelsea versus PSG. What can we expect from this monster matchup where the winner stands to take home $125 million?
You stand to see Chelsea get their ass kicked.
That's what I was gonna say, but I didn't know that you were a Chelsea fan, Dan. I didn't know that you were a Blues fan. I have a couple of other friends in some group chats that are Blues fans as well, and we've been railing on them all week. We've been railing on them all week. And let's be honest, today's final is PSG's to lose, right, guys? Chelsea had a relatively smooth path to the final. They haven't really been truly tested yet. No disrespect to them, right? No disrespect to them or any of the teams that they've played, but none of them are even close to the level that PSG has been showing over the last few months. And this is going to be Chelsea's first real challenge of the tournament. I just don't see it going well for them. I don't see it going well for you, Dan, unfortunately.
I'll be honest.
Dude, is this scary? This PSG team, is this like the scariest you've seen a team? And what can it's almost like they're OKC Thunder in a way in the NBA, where you're like, oh wow, we're about to see a dominance that's going to happen maybe for another good 4 or 5 years. The way they've changed from being a team that was trying to get every superstar and try to form a superstorm team to now they develop, they trained, they got a team. It's not a team of individuals, it's an actual team. And to me, they're scary. And to what they've done over the last 3-4 months, maybe the greatest thing I've seen a club team do in a long time. They're about
maybe since Barcelona.
Maybe since Barcelona. Yes.
That was one of the more dominant teams, the one that won the treble back in 2012, I believe. That was one of the most dominant teams that I had seen, and there's no doubt that PSG is on that level. And look, who's their coach? A former Barcelona player, a former Barcelona coach in Luis Enrique, who has shown that he is at the level of coaching as some of the other best coaches like Pep Guardiola, like Carlo Ancelotti, and that's what he's shown with this team.
I want to get about to some of the international soccer. Of course, I was locked in on the Gold Cup like most of American soccer fans would be. We played our quote-unquote B team. I was very proud of this team. I was very excited. I wanted to ask you this. Is this the way that the Team USA wants to play now that they got Pochetta as the head coach? Is he starting to implement, even though he didn't really have all of his guys? Or was it because these were lower tier guys that were really just playing really hard because they wanted to make the team? They did eventually lose to Mexico in the final of the Gold Cup.
Yeah, look, when it comes to the U.S. men's national team, I mean, it was a big letdown that some of these big players decided not to come, decided to take a vacation, which I think is absolutely ridiculous. You don't see players from Argentina, you don't see players from other national teams take vacations when they have technically one of the more important tournaments, even though a lot of folks say that the Gold Cup is not that important anymore, but it is probably the premier tournament in CONCACAF, right? For national teams. It is one of the bigger tournaments. Obviously, Nations League has taken over a little bit, or Nations Cup. I forget. Always get it mixed up with the European, but obviously, it's taken over a little bit with the prize money and all that. But definitely, it's a shame to see that these players didn't show up. And look, I thought, the USA played an okay tournament. They didn't play against any powerhouse teams. They had a scare there against Guatemala, where they only won 2-1. And Guatemala was attacking them the last 30 minutes, and it could have ended differently. But look, they're not at the level of what Mexico took, although both teams, Mexico and the U.S., are just not at the level that they once were maybe 4-8 years ago. It's just not the same. And again, I think it goes back to the way that the MLS is run, the way that these rules aren't put in place, the way that these that they have all these GAM, all these restrictions, I think is what's hurting the U.S. men's national team, because we don't get good enough players to come play in our domestic league and challenge the players that are playing in the domestic league. Most of the players who come to the national team are players that are playing overseas. And what we need is for the players that are playing in the domestic league to start stepping up and getting better so that they can be transferred over to Europe. And they're not just doing that playing against average talent here in the MLS.
Got to talk about the CONMEBOL Copa America Femenina. I watched Uruguay and Ecuador. What happened? Uruguay seemed like they were coasting, and all of a sudden it ended in a 2-2 draw.
Yeah, man. I mean, Uruguay's women's team is not what the men's team is, unfortunately. They have a few really good players, but they're just not where the men's team is at historically, not even presently. Ecuador has an interesting team, but the teams to look out for here are Colombia. Colombia has a really good women's team. Argentina could maybe do a little bit. And obviously Brazil, right? Brazil, we know from their history with Marta and other great players. They're the force to be reckoned with in South American women's soccer. But like I said, watch out with Colombia. They've done really good in the last World Cup, and they could be another force to be reckoned with here in South America in women's football.
Are you watching the Euro Women's Cup too?
No, I haven't gotten to see any other women's Euro games.
You got to watch Sweden.
Sweden's great.
Sweden's great.
They're great in terms of the way that they play, or they're great because the talent on the field looks fantastic.
Their tactics, their astics. Yeah, I mean, however you want to look at it. Yeah, Sweden's a good team to watch.
I'll see if I can catch them. I'll look up to see when their next game and see if I can catch one of their games this week.
Hey, that's the baby Solana. Look at that.
Yeah, right. He's here. There he is.
Looks like the fourth generation's out here. Look at this.
That's it, man. He likes to participate.
Inter Miami got a lot of games to make up because of, they got Leagues Cup coming up, but they have because of the FIFA Club World Cup and the CONCACAF. Are we going to see Messi and those guys sitting a little bit more? You would think probably so, right?
I mean, I would hope so. Obviously, Javier Mascherano has mentioned in practice that, the guys feel good. He's going to play them. But you also have to look at the injuries, right? Right now, Inter Miami has a lot of injuries. They have Ian Frey, who is out. Noah Allen should be back in 1 to 3 weeks. Ian Frey was practicing. Gonzalo Lujan also was practicing. Yannick Bright, who's been stout in the midfield before his injury, is also practicing with the team again. I would love to see a little bit of movement, a little bit of recycle in terms of the team that Inter Miami puts out over the next couple of games. But with these injuries, it's kind of tough. Inter Miami doesn't have a backup 9. They have Alan Obando, who came in an operation over in the last transfer window where he was loaned out to Inter Miami for this year. We haven't seen him on the pitch that much this year. We've seen Suarez. A lot of folks are really, really upset and bothered with Suarez's play. Look, I think he's just a 39-year-old who's got old knees, and he's doing the best that he can. The one thing that I can say in his defense is that he hustles for every ball. Now, he's not as fino in Spanish as we say, with the ball. He hasn't been that great passing the ball. He hasn't been that great finishing, but he's hustling. And what he does is he does some really good runs. And we saw that in the Montreal game where he made a run and Messi had a clear path to the goal because Suarez took one of the defenders and Messi was able to score that goal. So although he's not scoring and assisting the ball, although he is still the team's leading assister, FYI, for those that didn't know, he is leading Inter Miami in assists. Messi is the leader in goal scorers. He has now tied Sam Surridge with 16 goals. He's going to win the MVP again, fellas. Messi is going to win the MVP, and I mean, he deserves it. He deserves it the way he's been playing.
Order of importance for cups that are coming up. It has to be MLS Cup number 1, Leagues Cup number 2, and then the Supporters Shield number 3, correct?
Absolutely, no doubt. Number one is the MLS Cup. That is the trophy that everybody wants to win. Although, if you only win it, I only think you get $2 million or $3 million. That's it. It's kind of funny when we've got a game going on today where the winner is going to make $125 million. The winner of the MLS Cup only makes $2 or $3 million. Although
they've already made, every time they win, they make more money than winning the MLS Cup.
FIFA Club World Cup, yeah.
Yeah, so basically with the amount of winnings that they won in the FIFA World Cup, they would have to win the MLS Cup something like 72 times in order to win the same amount of money that they won in the FIFA Club World Cup. So that's definitely number 1. Leagues Cup is number 2. Obviously, it's a big trophy where you're playing against Liga MX, who is essentially your rival league. And the cool thing this time is all the group games are going to be against Mexican teams. So Inter Miami will be playing 3 Mexican teams in the group stage, which is going to be very different than how it was in the last couple of years where we faced basically MLS. The year that we won it, we only faced 1 Liga MX teams in Cruz Azul in the first game, and then we faced only MLS teams the rest of the way. So that's another little wrinkle that they have this year to the Club World Cup that I think is going to be interesting, and it's going to make it more enjoyable for fans to watch.
One last question. What's going on with his contract? Any update on the extension with his contract?
Yeah, he's signing. Don't worry about it, guys. He's going to resign. Don't worry. I think the more important question should be, is Rodrigo de Paul coming?
Oh,
and like we've said, look, Rodrigo de Paul is going to be coming to Inter Miami most likely this transfer window, and that's going to be monumental. We're not talking about another quality signing here, fellas. This is going to be the biggest signing the club has made since bringing Lionel Messi to Inter Miami. And to be honest, it's going to be the most important addition during the Messi era. DePaul is a proven warrior. He's a World Cup champion, and he's one of the best box-to-box midfielders in the game. His presence is going to help out immediately. It's going to strengthen the midfield, which is one of the areas of concern that the Inter Miami has had with, Sergio Busquets not playing up to the level that he played last year, with Federico Redondo now finally coming into his own. We've seen some flashes from Telasco Segovia scoring some goals, but really what Rodrigo de Paul is going to give this team is going to be second to none from any other player that you can bring in, other than maybe one of the top 2, top 5 or 6 center midfielders in the world. You're talking about a 31-year-old in his prime, and folks have come at me on social media saying a 31-year-old in his prime. Absolutely. In soccer, you can be 32, 33 and still be in your prime. It's not an age. It's not about your age. It's about the way that you're playing and the results that you're putting on the field. So once this deal gets done, it's going to be a clear sign that Inter Miami isn't just building a team. They're building an absolute powerhouse.
For years to come.
We'll see.
Okay, for years to come, we're hoping Miami is building. This is just the very beginning of being one of those worldwide brands for Inter Miami. Daniel Solana, always a worldwide brand on social media at Dice El Dani. You can check him out also on the Battered Herons podcast. Anything else going on in your life, Danny, that you want to talk about?
No, man, just enjoying the summer, playing a lot of golf, and enjoying my kid, and watching a lot of soccer. It's been a fantastic summer of soccer. I'm so sad that it's about to finish, but yeah, man, I'm really excited for today's game. I think, like I said, it's going to be PSG. And maybe one last thing I'd want to talk about. I definitely want to say something about these rules, right? I want to talk about the facts. The facts is, if MLS didn't have these absurd rules, like the salary cap, like the GAM, like the TAM, like the international slots, discovery rights, sometimes, like Neymar's discovery rights were held by the Chicago Fire. Like, what is that? What is that?
I discovered you. I own you.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, it's really ridiculous. The truth is, Don Garber and a group of the small thinking owners are holding this league back, and the league, the rules are outdated. The restrictions are preventing teams from building a real competitive squad, both for the global stage, like we saw in the Club World Cup, and to improve the quality of the league week in and week out, right? There's not a lot of games that you can watch week in and week out in the MLS and say, wow, that was a fantastic game. Most of the games are boring. It's just the truth, and it's because of the way that the teams are built. while the rest of the world is progressing and investing in making these, growing teams, the MLS is stuck in trying to force balance over ambition. This word of parity. And what happens? Our clubs fall short internationally. Fans are left frustrated watching the same cycle on repeat. And really, it's just not fair. This league belongs to the fans, guys. This league belongs to the fans. We need to open the market. We need to give teams the freedom to build and let the league grow and stop with these ridiculous rules.
MLS, loosen up. Daniel Solana, Battered Heron Podcast. Are you going to be at the Inter Miami New York Red Bulls game coming up in a couple of weeks?
I think it's away. It's away. Maybe we should do a watch party.
I thought it was a
home watch
game.
party.
Let's
away.
See.
This guy's gonna have you go to Chase Stadium for a game that's not even happening.
I mean, I'll be tailgating there. I'll be tailgating there anyway. Oh, yeah, that is an away game. Oh, they've got FC Cincinnati coming up.
That's right. FC Cincinnati at home. Then they have the Red Bulls away, and then Cincinnati away. Yep.
No, Cincinnati away, New York away, then Cincinnati at home. That's a Saturday, June 26th at 7 o'clock.
June? We're in July.
Well, I'm looking at the 2027 schedule, so that's helping me. No, I'm joking. July 26th, 7 o'clock, Chase Stadium, FC Cincinnati. That looks like the game that we might have to meet up at. Although tickets are kind of expensive.
This guy's gonna have me at a stadium where there's no game happening.
But the tailgate's gonna be killer, man.
Well, be a tailgate of only 2.
We've done that before for Marlins games too.
Hey, as long as there's Funky Buddha, I'm in, Dan.
I got you, man. That's not a problem at all. I'll bring it all. Whether it's IPA, whether it's stout, whether it's what do you call it, seltzers? It's all good, man. I've got it going on. But yeah, maybe that July 26th game?
Yes, it's July because it can't be June.
FC Cincinnati.
Oh, Jesus.
Let's all go.
I don't live.
If you guys are in, I'm in. I'll get a ticket. I'll be out there with you.
Yeah, we could do this after the show. Let's do that.
It's a 7 o'clock game. Get done here, head on down. We got the supporters groups. We got Vice City 1896 and Southern Siege and Daniel Solana, and we'll have a little crew, man.
All right, bam. That's it. It's set. It's locked in. July 26th.
Not June 26th?
Not June 26th. July 26th. Sports Day show. Yourself, me, Daniel Solana. We're going to be heading out to Chase Stadium to go see FC Cincinnati take on our Inter Miami. Yeah, that sounds like a plan, bro.
All right, so
sounds like a plan.
So we're gonna go a little Vamos, Inter Miami, let's go Chelsea, and adios, Daniel Solana.
Have a good one, later, fellas. Thanks.
All right, coming up next, we're gonna get you taken care of. We got a little Nayer Day, thumbs up, thumbs down, like big June matchup for Inter Miami that we'll be going to. That's next, 560 WQAM. Time to do a little nay or day, a little thumbs up, thumbs down. Some of the things that happened in and around the sports world over the past 24 hours or so. Gonna let you know what we are thinking. Let you know Yannick Sinner right now is up 2-1 on Carlos Alcaraz. All the matches have been 6-4. 6-4 Alcaraz in the first one, then 6-4, 6-4 Sinner. Now they're tied at 1 in the fourth set. Yannick Sinner looking like he's getting stronger as the game goes on. Cheering for Carlos Alcaraz, so right now that is a nay, but, can't hate on someone that's playing pretty well, Vlad. That's just one of those things. Can't hate on that. Let's get to some things that happened. Can't hate on Lionel Messi. He is playing at an elite level in MLS. Last night, he got the scoring started for the Herons.
It's his kind of range. He's up against Joe Willis, and he finds the net! Oh, this guy! Did we really expect anything else? Messi 1, Nashville 0. Inter Miami 1, Nashville 0.
Right line of Joe Willis. Put my foot through it and hope for the best. It takes a wicked deflection on his way through. Doesn't make a difference. Doesn't throw off Willis just enough. But that is sucks in right in the corner. The outstretched arm of Joe Willis desperately can do nothing.
Free kick for Lionel Messi to get the scoring started for Inter Miami. That is definitely a day, a thumbs up. He got his second goal later in the match. That is 5 games in a row with 2 or more goals. Going to give a nay to the announcer for saying Messi 1, Nashville SC 0. So I was like, come on, man. And
Technically, he's right.
he corrected himself. He goes, Inter Miami 1.
Yeah, he's technically right.
I
Now.
don't like that.
I know, but technically, he's right.
We had junk at Camden Yards yesterday, and that junk was oh so good.
Stowers is right there. He's looking. He's calling. He makes the catch. Jansen Junk is through 7 innings of work.
7 shutout innings for Jansen Junk in Baltimore today.
Was that Craig DeGeorge?
I don't know who it was, but
That might have been Craig DeGeorge.
Jansen
Better known
Junk.
as Craig Minervini.
There you go. Jansen Junk getting so much confidence from Clayton McCullough. He didn't pull him after 6. He let him go 7. Only the 3rd time this season a pitcher for the Marlins has gone 7 innings. Edwin
That's
Cabrera
not named. That's not named. This is the first time a pitcher not named Edwin Cabrera
has gone 7 innings. But when you're pitching and you're wheeling and you're dealing and you give up no runs and you strike out 2 and you only give up 5 hits over 7 innings, why not? Jansen Junk, salute you. We were on the junk wagon early, man. We might have started the whole junk wagon. Everybody else, jump on. Let's jump on. They also had some fights last night. I'm talking about MMA. Derek Lewis. Vlad, the one thing I can say is he a bad man.
Lewis can't see well. He lands a bomb with the right. Oh, huge left. The Black Beast pounces. Trying to put him to bed early. Teixeira eating some big shots. And that's going to do it. He's got it. Wow. The Beast. The Beast.
Took a knuckle to the eye and then just swinging. Just beautiful. I mean, that left hand right on the end of it puts Teixeira down, and then just a one-way ticket from there.
35-second fight last night for Derek Lewis. He beat Teixeira. Vlad, break down what you saw in that fight.
My man,
Derek Lewis
got
Caught a
thumped to
thumb.
the eye.
Yeah.
Kind of stumbled, he got stumbled by it, and then all of a sudden, because he was blinded for a second, he just started throwing bombs. Like literally, if you watch that fight, he just started wailing. Like he was throwing punches, and he was either gonna miss bad or he was gonna hit bad. And he hit Teixeira with one that dropped him.
He caught him on the edge of the chin.
That's
man.
the thing. So you know how powerful that man is if he caught you on the edge of the chin? Because if he caught you fully, he would have rocked that man's jaw.
I'll give Teixeira credit. He took some hits, but he stayed up. He got back up from the
So then
ground,
I
and then they
watched-
called it.
So I'm watching it then. I'm like, because we both watched the replay right now. I'm like, Kuzan, maybe the ref kind of called it quick, but then I'm like, you know what? Ref, you probably want that man to go back to his family, have all his senses and faculties. You know what? Good. And I don't really see Teixeira really complaining about.
Talacion, yeah, Teixeira, not
Yeah,
really.
I didn't really see him
he
complaining. Like,
Vlad, he had to be punch drunk as hell. But I'll tell you, I'll give Derek Lewis credit. First of all, if Derek Lewis punched me, I might evaporate. So, like, kudos to that. He ate a couple of punches, but man, he got into it, man. And when he lands punches, he is deadly. And then he talks a lot of trash, bro.
Oh no, man, I love it. His ball, his man regions are sweaty, so he always likes to take off his shorts after a fight, especially the ones that he wins, so that he can let everybody know that his man regions are sweaty. He needs to take off his shorts. So if you notice after the fight, when he was doing all the celebration with the arrows, and then
he was shooting arrows at the guy,
then he took off his shorts.
Oh, I didn't see this.
Oh yeah, he took off his shorts and then started swinging it. Nobody wants your sweaty.
He is a big, dangerous, bad man that he can eat a punch. Yeah, he ate that one punch, and he literally only had one eye when he was landing all.
By the way, that's
punches.
the main event, guys. And by the way, it was free TV. Heat Coke, relax. And I don't pay for any more pay-per-views. I'll let you guys know what's up. I've allowed you guys access to ways of watching this, but it's all on you if you want to utilize the access. But that was a good fight. But imagine you go and pay money. It's like Tyson back in the days. Remember you paid all this money to watch a Tyson pay-per-view fight, and then all of a sudden it was over in like in 91 seconds.
Yeah, I remember those days, man. I remember, and people get all hyped up.
They get all hyped up. Like, you go use the bathroom and go get yourself a snack and come back, the fight's over.
But that's what you wanted, though.
Is that what you wanted?
That's what you wanted.
Really?
You wanted to see Mike Tyson do work and finish people off early.
I get that. But do you want it to be over that quickly?
Yeah.
It depends on, you know what? It all
I'm not gonna lie.
depends. It all depends on who's at the fight and the atmosphere of the fight. If it's a great atmosphere, let the fight go longer. If it's a bad atmosphere, man, let this fight end quickly so everybody can bounce.
I got late night dinner plans. Come on, let's go. Quick. Now, there's not going to be a Sunday night baseball game on tonight, but if you need to get your fill of baseball, there's something very special that looks like it's going to be absolutely wonderful at 9 o'clock on ESPN.
Jim Abbott defied the laws of Major League Baseball.
Jim Abbott, to every young kid in New York, should be a hero.
Sometimes things happen that nobody sees coming. And that's the beauty of sport.
He did it! He did it! No hitter for Jim Abbott!
The world doesn't have to dictate what is possible for you.
There's going to be a Jim Abbott documentary called Southpaw on ESPN tonight at 9 o'clock. Looks absolutely great. Now, most people should know about the Jim Abbott story, of course, and he pitched a no-hitter with the Yankees.
Mm-hmm.
So Jim Abbott was born without a right hand. So he was a pitcher, Major League Baseball pitcher, who would flip his glove from hand to hand as he would pitch. And
he was a hell of a fielder, too.
Yeah, he made some big plays in the field.
Now, I'm going to be Vlad.
Are you gonna get on Jim Abbott?
No, I'm not gonna get on Jim. I'm just thinking, wow, they really shut down a whole Sunday night game.
No.
You know, I know. I mentioned earlier they all go into the All-Star game in Atlanta, so that's why there's no Sunday night game. But do they really like? Is that much of a human interest story that ESPN thinks people gonna stop what they're doing on a Sunday in July at 9 p.m. to watch this?
I mean, a man that has one hand and is a pitcher in Major League Baseball throwing a no-hitter for the Yankees is pretty inspirational.
I'm gonna tell you something.
Are you gonna watch Summer League instead? I'm
gonna watch Summer League.
I mean, the heat will be done by then, man.
It doesn't matter.
Summer League is quick. It's 4 10-minute quarters.
They can show me a replay of The Last Dance, episode 6. I would watch that. And this is not a disrespect to Jim Abbott because he was a hell of a pitcher for the Yankees. It was great when he pitched that no-hitter. I'll flick through. It's not something I'm really gonna be like, ooh, must see TV.
I'm setting my alarm right now for 9 o'clock tonight.
No, you're not.
Southpaw, Jim Abbott.
No, you're not.
I'm in. Third hour of the show next here on 560 WQAM. Sports Day on 560 WQAM. Dan Day along with my cousin Vladimir Lewisson, keeping you up to date on everything that's happening in and around the sports world and touching base with all the comings and goings of the sports world. Right now at Wimbledon, Jannik Sinner up 2-1, and he is up 3-2 in the fourth set, looking to close this thing out and win Wimbledon over Carlos Alcaraz. The Miami Marlins game against the Baltimore Orioles has been delayed due to, I'm guessing, weather.
Nasty weather, they saying.
RBA Richie is telling us it's nasty up there in Virginia.
So if it's nasty in Virginia and it's nasty in the B-more, that's the DMV area.
Yep. He lives in the DMV
right,
area.
So then, so I would think it's probably nasty all across the eastern seaboard. East Coast.
We'll keep you up to date on that. Speaking of Virginia, I'm the type of guy that if I say I'm going to do something, I'm a man of my word. A lot of people, you tell them, oh, you should check out this on Netflix or you should check this out. And they're always like, oh, yeah, I'm going to do that. And they never do it. You come back and you see them a week later. You're like, oh, did you watch this? Oh, no, I didn't do that. Yesterday, I was told, new Clips album. Now, if you know who the Clips are, if you watch the show, listen to the show. The final song every day that we do is the Clips. Diet Coke.
It's Pusha T.
Right, but basically Clips.
No, it's Pusha T.
I know, you know what I mean. He's part of Clips. Whatever. It's familiarity. So a new album came out Friday.
Yes.
And Vlad told me, you need to listen to it. It's great. So I had a little time. I had a little beer. Sat on the front porch, listening to the new Clips album. You told me what songs to look out for. And I did look out for them. POV was very good.
Yes. Tyler, the Creator. Unbelievable.
Inglorious Bastards was very good.
I love Inglorious Bastards.
The one that you played for us yesterday, that was kind of one of the more upbeat songs. It was
no, So Be It?
Yeah, So Be It.
You like So Be It?
Were they taking shots at Run the Jewels at one point, or is that just lyrics?
No. These are the lyrics. It's just the lyrics. Yes, I know the line that you're talking about.
The
It's a great line.
The wordplay on the album was fantastic. Of course, it always is. They said the only back and forth is Tiafo at
Tiafo at the Open.
Yeah, I catch these things, man.
Cousin's so great, man. That's why he's my cousin.
I will say some of the beats are fantastic. It's a very I'm trying to say it not in a bad way. It's a very not good, a grimy. It's a grimy album.
It's a mature grimy one.
Right. It's a very grimy album with kind of that East Coast feel to it. It's not get the girls on the dance floor.
Very happy that you said that.
It's not a get the girls on the dance floor, let's party, let's get wild. It's like sit back and with a listen intently and enjoy the music and the beats.
I am so happy you said that, cousin. Because you do listen. It reminds me of late 90s, early 2000 mixtapes.
Right.
DJ Clue. If you notice, you hear a lot of Clue throughout the album and a couple of songs. You're very familiar with the Clips and Pusha T. It sounds like, you know what it sounds like to me? It sounds like Pharrell had like backup records from Fear of God.
Yeah.
The CD, the mixtapes that Pusha T had, if you ever listened to his discography, listen to Fear of God. A lot. It seemed like it was like Fear of God Part 2. Just include Malice in it, and that's why
it's a very family-oriented album too. They speak about their deceased fathers and mothers. Yeah, the first song was the one you were telling about where they were speaking to their father and their mother, but they're also talking about their mother and how like they were lucky to have a father that would work a double shift and the father that would discipline them.
I shared you with my friends. Like I shared my dad with my friends so that they could have a father.
Yeah,
like that was crazy.
That's some good stuff.
It's. I can't wait, man. August 12th, I'm there at the Fillmore.
Yeah. But once again, like if you're listening for like a banger or like you're like looking to hit the dance floor, it's not that type of album. But you got to listen to the wordplay. It's like you sit back. It's like a fine cognac or a fine whiskey. You sit back and enjoy and take it in and listen to it. Don't just put it on. Listen to it. You have to listen to the wordplay. But yeah, I like the going back and forth.
Mama could see it. I be Bentley driven and very strategic. RM sleeve, no diamonds are needed. Floors are heated, so be it, so be it. P get something to meet you.
Yeah, it's a great album.
So be it. So
by the way, the last verse he does on this song, he's taking shots at Travis Scott, who apparently, while we were doing the What's Trending, apparently he came out with a song taking shots at Pusha T.
Let's go. Maybe
I don't think Travis Scott should do that.
Maybe we'll get another Not Like Us for out of this beef. We'll
No, that's not the one.
I will say,
he's a boogeyman.
If you know about Pusha T, especially, but they sing about a certain product they do, and they were singing about how good their dad was, and he's like, how much he must have been upset when he found bass in the refrigerator. And stuff like that.
Dude? There's a line. He's like, yo, in the first song when he's talking about when he was rapping about his father that he lost. He's like, when you saw a bass on the cupboard.
Okay, that's what I meant.
Yeah, that bass on the cupboard. Damn, Dan, you and I
listen, man.
Jesus, you are really my cousin.
Don't let my looks fool you.
Jeez, those are the lyrics.
That's where I got my start in commercial radio as a hip hop station. I was a different man back then.
Nah, I'm happy that you like the album.
Definitely worth listening. And then I re-listened to Carol G's new album. She does a lot of sampling and covering on that. She has a Latin cover of Careless Whisper.
Really?
Yeah. No joke. So I'm just trying to cover all of our bases for all of our listeners. I know we got a diverse group of people.
Is that the one? I never want to dance
yeah.
again.
Yep, that's it.
By the way, you was talking about a guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
George Michael and Eric Ridgely were living their best life back in the day.
That wake me up before you go. It's a little bit different now.
How we go to clips to Wham. That was about as interesting as a transition.
By the way, no. Hey, listen. It's not as crazy as you think.
No, definitely not. But yeah. So Clips is one of those albums. Just sit back and enjoy. Like I said, but listen to it. Don't just put it on, because if you just put it on, it's gonna get kind of lost on you.
You know who else came out with an album, and I totally did not even. Not like I'm really going out to listen to this person, but I would say I did like one of his albums. Bieber came out with an album.
Swag.
And I didn't even know that. Didn't care. But I'm not gonna act like I don't know Justin Bieber songs and I didn't like one of his albums. Bieber had a class, he had a banger.
Play Baby in the club, man. Everybody's going crazy.
My favorite, favorite Bieber song is what's that one?
My mama don't
yeah.
She
That's
likes
the one with
everyone.
Mom.
He got Peaches too. I get my Peaches at the Georgia.
That is hysterical. When you have to use mommy,
and she likes everyone.
And she likes everyone.
My mama don't like you. She likes everyone.
Was it by yourself? It's something with by yourself.
You can go love.
I can do bad by his.
No,
I can do bad by myself.
Go love yourself.
Whatever. It's one of those.
Something
joints.
about loving yourself and stuff. He's got some joints, man.
Yeah.
He got his life going on. Let's get to some headlines.
So? I don't know. I saw some of his fashion at a Maple Leaf game. It wasn't. It looked like a guy that had everything going on there. There was some fashion faux pas that was happening.
Oh. But, it's a big day Friday for music. We'll get into that later as the show goes on. So somebody said the guy that was at the concert last night, Morgan Wallen, was a big concert day. Guy said it's 3:05. I was Dan Day drinking all day. Yeah, that sounds like me on a day off. Good afternoon, guys. Love the show. Dan is one of the hardest working. I'm not that hard working. 7 days a week.
Dan, you're hard because they hear you. They see you all the time, bro.
I did a count of how many hours I've been on this week, and there's no way that anybody could even come close.
What, for this week?
Yeah,
at any other given time.
Most of the time, yeah. So
now there have been times we butted heads,
but
with hours. Like, damn, I just saw you.
No, that happens. Yeah. Can't wait for the football season. These late night Dolphins games and then early morning shows. Woo. But yeah, thank goodness the Dolphins they don't play on Christmas and Thanksgiving this year. I don't think
they're not that good.
That's not the point.
But they're not that good.
I have a theory.
If they were good, I think they would play them.
I have a theory about your team playing on a holiday.
Ooh,
it sucks.
Okay, we know that, but go ahead.
Okay, I'm just saying because what you want to do on Thanksgiving is watch the Detroit Lions and the Chicago Bears, a game you don't really care about. Kind of watch it, talk to your friends and family, kind of watch it. When you have your team playing, you have to actually focus, and it takes away from the holiday. You got to sit there and you got to focus. It's just too much.
Here's where all right.
I also have to work. That's the problem.
But here's the problem with that, Dan. You're not wrong with what you're saying. But
I like to casually watch on holidays.
If your team happens to fall in a year where they're playing the Lions, you're playing the NFC North or you're playing the NFC East, and you have to go away and you're playing Dallas, right? They're going to look at the schedule and they're going to be like, all right, cool. So if they decide, all right, Dolphins play the Cowboys on Thanksgiving, it happens. It's not something that happens all the time. It was just like Okay, cool.
Maybe the most legendary Thanksgiving Day game ever.
Right, with the fumble, the lead, all of that, right? Cool. You get the Lions. It just so happens it falls on that. They want to put the Lions. Maybe you had a great season the year before. This is where I back up your theory.
What happened last year?
It's Thursday. No, it's the night game. Because remember,
that's what we did last year. We were in Green Bay.
Right, but NBC never had, like, all of a sudden NBC just included this.
Right.
Remember, it was only Lions in the afternoon at noon.
Cowboys at like 4.
Cowboys at 4. Then the NFL decided, let's throw a night game for Thanksgiving. Now that messes up everything. Because now if your team plays at Thanksgiving, you just ate a great meal with your family and friends. And, you're probably going to go help for a second helping. Now you got to watch your team. Now, if your team loses, just ruin Thanksgiving.
Ruined a lot last year, man.
Ruined Thanksgiving. See?
I know a lot of people that went to that game, too.
And then now they got Black Friday games.
Oh, yeah. They got Christmas, Black Friday.
Nobody complained about the Black Friday game a couple of years ago when y'all whooped the Jets' ass. Nobody was upset with that.
Well, Black Friday is not like a family holiday. It's just a shopping day.
Hey, Black Friday is one of the best days as a man. Okay, they go to the mall shopping for Christmas, and you have all the food, and you watching college football games, and you can gamble your ass off.
Okay,
and then it's college basketball tournaments. You could gamble your ass off.
Man,
it's rivalry weekend during Thanksgiving weekend. Great time. What a time. You get Nebraska, Iowa. You might get an Auburn. Well, sometime back in the days, they used to put Auburn, Alabama.
The Iron Bowl.
The Iron Bowl on a Friday. Then they decided, CBS was like, nah, we getting too much money off these two teams. So they put it aside. But no, you're right. Holidays is terrible. They did that with Christmas. They ruined Christmas a couple years ago with the air. That's when Tua caught the nasty.
That was also against Green Bay.
That was against Green. Yeah, a lot of bad things happen when you play Green Bay in a holiday. Huh?
I love to play us against Green Bay on holidays. Messi, a lot of good things happen when he has the ball at his foot. He had 2 more goals. That is the 5th consecutive game he's had 2 or more goals in an MLS game. They beat Nashville SC. I was going to say 21-1, 2-1. Nashville had won had not lost in the previous 15 games. A lot of them were wins, actually, a couple ties. Up next, FC Cincinnati, who are currently 2nd in the East. That is Wednesday in Cincinnati at 7:30. Jansen Junk dealing lights out in Baltimore, pitching 7 innings, giving up no runs, 5 hits, striking out 2. The Marlins steamrolled the Orioles, well, for the Marlins, 6-0. Today, Yuri Perez supposed to take the mound if the rain. There might be a Sunday night game tonight, Vlad. If the weather doesn't lift in Baltimore, you might get Marlins O's on Sunday night. Sorry, Jim Abbott.
That's a good question.
Sorry, Jim Abbott. Get out of here.
They wait?
Or they just played another day.
Or do they come back another day? Because they're not coming back to Baltimore.
Well, luckily they started at 1:35, so hopefully there'll be a break in the rain and we can get some action going at some point and see how it goes there. But Yuri Perez supposed to get the start today, so hopefully he can continue.
Like the pitch hasn't even begun. They
have not started.
So they can call it.
They could.
Maybe what you do? See what's the next time both teams have an off day,
right?
And then just have them play that day. If you were smart, they'd probably look at a time when the Marlins are playing the Nationals, so there's not that crazy of a travel.
Right. They'll route them through. They got smart people for that.
I don't know if they have the smartest people for that. But.
Heat Cavs tonight, 7:30. That is going to be a summer league game. We're going to get into what Eric Spoelstra said. Yeah, I'll keep an eye on it. I'll watch a little bit of it. I want to see how Kel'el Ware plays tonight after what happened yesterday. Interesting.
You didn't like what he was saying, huh?
I will listen to it next. I want to dive into it a little bit more. I don't think I dislike what he's saying. PSG and Chelsea today, 3:00. FIFA Club World Cup out to get underway in about an hour. Winner gets $125 million. Second place, only $80 million.
Damn, you know how great that is. What if you're a bench warmer? You're gonna get.
I wanted to ask Daniel Solana.
Who gets the money?
Like PSG, if they today win $125 million, I know that there's some splitting with their league and stuff like that, but once again, there's no salary cap, so they can spend a lot of it on contracts. Remember, Inter Miami is in a salary cap, so the $30 million they got from the FIFA Club World Cup, can they spend that on transfers and players? But there's a salary cap, so what does that money do? Some of it goes to the players, some of it goes to MLS, but does the other money just sit in an account somewhere to when they can maybe use it?
I don't know that.
I was going to ask him, he had his kid and everything. It was late,
I didn't want to ask him.
He was already going off on the whole league rules of MLS.
I got him lit for that, boy.
He's fired up, man.
I got him lit for that one.
He's leading that charge. Man. Well, let's lead the charge into the day spa. A man paid for a grueling $40,000 surgery to lengthen his arms because he felt his arms were lengthen his legs because he felt his arms were too long. Grueling $40,000 to lengthen his arms because he felt his legs were too long. He wants to be proportionate. I saw the picture. I thought he was cool before.
Sounds weird.
I don't like paying for surgeries, much less grueling surgeries, much less cosmetic grueling surgeries, but gotta do what you gotta do. Summer League action tonight at 7:30. There was, even though the Heat not playing, some action when it comes to the Heat yesterday. He's talking in Las Vegas. Talk about that next here on 560 WQAM. The Miami Heat are at Summer League tonight, 7:30, taking on the Cleveland Cavaliers. Who will play for the Miami Heat?
By the way, I like what you did there. Polo asked the question, where you at? And then you go to Miami Heat. That was great. Like, it was like you answered the question.
I'm trying to just flow, man. I'm trying to just flow.
My cousin.
So tonight they play. Who's going to play for the team tonight? You never know in Summer League. Sometimes you get a DMP, coach's decision. Sometimes you get a start from players that you wouldn't think are planning on starting. One guy who's been at Summer League, and he's been okay. He hasn't been good, hasn't been great, is one Kel'el Ware. Now, we know in the offseason, Kel'el Ware was basically just taken off the table when it comes to trading for Kevin Durant, saying that we are not going to trade Kel'el Ware, which makes you think this team has big-time investment and big-time dreams in what's going to be a second-year center for the Miami Heat. And you're thinking, everything's cool, everything's good. Well, Eric Spoelstra to the media yesterday for about 15 minutes on a myriad of things. He talked about Andrew Wiggins' future with the team, and Andrew Wiggins, how if he stays healthy, he's a great fit for this team. Talked about Pelle Larson, talked about Summer League, talked about a bunch of things. But then it got to the point where people started asking questions about Kel'el Ware. And at first I thought, as I read the comments, I said, okay, Eric Spoelstra kind of questioning some of Kel'el Ware's, maybe not motives, but motivations. And I said, maybe not that big of a deal. Then I listened to the clips and I said, wait a second, that's more of a big deal than I thought. So really, Kel'el Ware, I'm not saying he's in the doghouse, but I'm saying he has been basically put on notice. So it starts off Eric Spoelstra talking about Kel'el Ware. He kind of pats him on the back, but kind of punches him in the stomach, saying he needs to improve his game and also embrace professionalism.
Okay, there's layers to this with Kel'el. A big part of this is he has to really embrace and improve his professionalism, his consistency, his approach every single day. He has to get better with that. It's learning how to become a pro. I understand it. He was 20 last year and he's 21. We have bigger expectations. It's not your normal growth and growing pains of a young player learning how to become a pro. But that's what this summer is about. Learning how to become a pro, learning how to be consistent every single day.
So Spoelstra has a lot of professionalism and consistency in there. Vlad, is he just trying to motivate a young 20, 21-year-old player? Or is he trying to say you need to step it up a little bit and be a little more professional and put forth maybe just a little bit more effort?
I don't know, bro. This is weird because it's like,
yeah, it caught me off guard.
Because you're answering the questions that I want to ask. I'm like, he was a rookie last year, so there's going to be ups and downs. This is why for years many people were wondering why this gentleman was still on the team. This is the reason why Udonis Haslem was on the Miami Heat roster for all the number of years, is because you're talking about professionalism. Maybe UD would have been able to teach this young man how to hold himself as a professional, but he's also he's not even 20. He wasn't even 21 last year.
Yeah, correct.
So like he's still, you're not really to me an adult until you're 25, to be quite honest. So, you're adult by age, but yeah, he's 20. He was 20-year-old kid coming in from college now
Indiana,
now playing in the NBA, and you don't know you don't know your role is not explained to you maybe, or defined to you maybe, or you're not grasping the role that they want you to do. So that's why you're being shuttered back and forth from Sioux Falls to here. Now,
and the other part we do know, for the most part, most players, it's a harder transition for big men than it is for guards to go from college or whatever to the NBA, because it's just the difference in the body and the physicality. A guard, if you got some good handles and a good shot, you can kind of find your way a little bit.
I don't know. Maybe you can't compare. I wouldn't want them to try to compare Ware to where Bam was when they were drafting Bam, because Bam was different. They loved and adored Bam from the minute that they drafted him. But to put all of that on a kid who's just turned 21, unless he's really doing a lot of goofy stuff that you might have told him, and he continues to do that, then that's a difference. But what's shocking to me, and I think to you as well, is the fact that it's being publicly mentioned. That is not the Miami Heat culture's MO. So for him to publicly put it out there, that means they've gone beyond measures of letting this kid know, hey, we expect this from you. So now that it's publicly been mentioned, if it's not shown or if it's not done and he gets shipped in a trade, we kind of understand.
It's in writing now. It's in public.
We've been let know.
So let's say this. Maybe we're making a mountain out of molehill. Maybe Eric Spoelstra's just saying, I'm a coach and I'm telling him that's who's going to get better. So press conference continues on, or the scrum, or whatever you want to call it. And he goes on to say that Kel'el Ware, very talented, but he needs to get more professional.
Talent is there. The professionalism and consistency has to improve. And it is, our standards are not going to change, and our expectations of how fast we want that to improve for him are not going to change. But he's got to get better at it. He has to take ownership of it. And the other stuff will come along with that. That leads into the weight room. Your professionalism, your consistency, your approach every single day. He's getting stronger. He is gaining weight. That's a big part of his improvement, is getting his body physically prepared and ready to handle the rigors of a physical position.
See, this is where it confused me, bro. So, like, what's the professionalism that you want? Is he not going? Is he late for? If that's the case, that's one. Like,
but you would think if there was
I
nothing
don't need
really
that
wrong,
to be mentioned to me.
But don't you think that if there's nothing really wrong, Spo would just say, as a coaching staff, we're working with him. We're getting him.
That's what I'm saying.
He's not saying that. He's saying he needs to do this. He needs to do this. He needs to do this.
But then when he's explaining why he needs to do it, it's just like, okay, so what is it? Like, where did? Because nobody, you're saying he needs to do this. He needs to do this. Like, he's getting weight. He's going to weight training. Okay, he's putting on the weight. Okay, so then what's the problem with it? Is he is he being late? Is he 10 minutes late? If that's the unprofessionalism, if that's him, if you're calling him being a professional, if he's being late, he's not taking it serious. If it's an attitude, fine. Tell him that I like to know that he needs to change his attitude in being a professional. But if it's something about, physical.
So maybe
21.
Let's do this again. Maybe it's just a kick in the pants and saying, don't get too big for your britches. You're a Heat player. You got to buy into Heat culture. You got to do what we ask for you. So then Eric Spoelstra goes on talking about weight, body. He needs to get stronger. And then he mentions that word one or two more times, professionalism.
Then there's some nuances of doing things defensively and playing stronger with more force offensively. We're working on those things every single day. Malik, I think is the best big man coach and mentor in the league, and they're spending a lot of time hitting, pounding, lower, stronger, more physical. You saw a piece of it right here at the end. That's what we feel like we do. We feel like, also giving them the structure to grow and embrace becoming a pro, learning how to be a professional.
He's
every
punching
single day,
his hand.
being early, having a great energy and countenance every day. How you do anything is how you do everything. And he's taking some steps, but he's got to get better. He has to get better with the professionalism.
Vlad.
All right. So, okay,
he was good at the beginning. First of all, he said everything right at the beginning, and
but then he started.
When
it got to professionalism, he started punching his hand like he's really making a point. Okay, so now, obviously, he's all speculating.
Yes, once again, for everything I know about Kel'el Ware, he's a very humble, hardworking young man that has a lot of talent and a high ceiling.
So, this is how I look at it. I'm gonna look at it from both sides. One way maybe is that the Heat want to gain control of their team because maybe they started seeing that other players saw how one particular player was moving. So maybe they felt like that's how the whole franchise moves, but that's not how it goes. So maybe the Heat started to see that they don't want their young talent to have these delusions of grandeur.
Mm-hmm.
Entitlement is definitely the key word there, and I'm happy that you brought that up, because I said we talked about it last week, and I just said this to you before we came on for this segment. If I ask you what's the difference between Pelle Larsson and Kel'el Ware, what would you tell me? What's the biggest difference that you could tell, other than their height, obviously? But what?
It's just Pelle Larsson, at least in this summer league, Pelle Larsson never takes a minute off.
I think that's what it is. I think listening to Spo speak and then just kind of going by what they've done over the past couple of years. Because remember, Jaime played last year, and I was wondering, why is Jaime playing in the summer league? But it was just a couple games. But he only played 2 games, but he did what he needed to do in those 2 games.
He looked good in those 2 games.
Right, but he also showed professionalism. I think he showed as a guy, he wasn't a guy that, yes, I might have gotten minutes in the NBA. I'm a rotation. I'm a key rotation member of an NBA team, but he wasn't acting like I'm entitled. he was acting as someone who's still trying to play to make the team. Maybe what they're seeing from Kel'el, because now they're not even there. Not as easy to watch. It's easy to scout somebody when you're not on the sideline. Like you're just right now, you're in the stands and you're looking at it. And you're probably their expectations for Kel'el during this summer league is like, you've been here, you played a year, you should be dominating. Like you can't
need to be the talk of the summer league.
Not even or the talk of the summer
When
league.
I say talk,
just to be like, okay, yes, you've taken the steps. You've progressed. You're not a kid anymore. You're not. We don't expect a sophomore slump from you. We expect you to take the next step. And then maybe they don't like what they're seeing, because you could hear it's like he's doing it, but it's as if, yeah, you're doing it, but you're not where I want you to be or where we expect you to be.
That he circled back to that word professionalism, and then sometimes kind of unsolicited goes back to with that professionalism. And then at the end of that last clip we heard, to me that spoke volumes when he said,
"You hear this?"
Yeah. But at the end, he goes, he has to get better at professionalism. That's something he has to get better at.
And when Spo's hit, like he's punching, like, yeah, like he's doing this.
He's hammering it home.
He's hammering home. Like he's letting you know this kid isn't say something. So don't be afraid. Don't be shocked if we move on from this young man and you start hearing things, is because he's not doing the things that he needs to do.
So it could be this. Yeah, it could be this. Like vacation's over. And what happened last year with Jimmy Butler and whatever you think this team is, I'm putting an end to it right now. If you think you can show up when you want, leave when you want, you think you can play when you want, play when you don't want in the summer league. If you think you have the right to do whatever the hell you want and you're entitled, that's over. Those days are over. We're nipping it in the bud. The other side of it could be Kel'el's maybe feeling himself a little bit, feels like he should be a starter. You know, I'll show up to this summer league. I'm better than this. And Eric Spoelstra's calling him out.
Well, if he's acting like he's grown and he's not grown, so it's like, okay, cool. Because like one thing, I mean,
the standard is a standard, he said.
The Heat are too grown a kid with you. You know what I'm saying? Like they're too grown a kid with you. So if you're acting like, if you're playing kiddie games, you're gonna win. You know. So you win kid prizes, and one of the kid prizes might be Yas gets sent to Sioux Falls. And now, when you start hearing this, you start understanding why there were so many trips to Sioux Falls. Then.
Mm-hmm. So Vlad,
or maybe that he might not get. Maybe he's one of those young men that you try to give them, you try to punish them, but it seemed nothing works. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you see a lot of people say maybe they don't want a Hassan Whiteside type of situation where you see the talent in a young man, but you know,
maybe Spo just doesn't want him getting comfortable. Just putting it out there.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
you're 20, you're 21.
Go back to the old Heat tactics.
You're a little immature. Hey, everyone at 2021
you're
is a little
feeling
immature.
yourself.
But real quick, don't you dare think you're bigger than this culture and anything else like that. You know, you're doing the right things. Just don't get yourself in that situation. I'm guessing that's probably more of what it is, because I've never heard anything outside of just hearing that. That's why it shocked me to hear the way he spoke too. It wasn't all like, oh, you know, we just
he was a chatty patty. Like he really wanted to say
he wanted to talk about it.
He really wanted to talk about it. Yeah, like hey guys, because a lot of things weren't even
like the talent is there.
Yeah, okay,
he's got to get more professional.
Nobody asked you about the weight room. You just felt like, oh, let me just tell you about the weight room. Like, yeah, he's in, but he needs to as if, all right, let me use this weight room as a segue into, he needs to be a professional. And that's all you kept on hearing, the three cuts that we had. It's something about professional. So therefore, he's not doing something
right
that the Heat have told him to do.
Right. It's a habitual. It's obviously somewhat of a habitual, or it's starting to become part of his character, because, you know, you do something wrong once, or you show up late once, you get corrected and you don't do it again. That's fine. I wouldn't think that would prompt calling out someone that he needs to get more professional, because Vlad, that's pretty strong. If someone publicly told you need to be more professional, that would kind of hurt my feelings a little bit, I would think.
You put a stain on my jacket now.
Wouldn't that hurt your feelings?
You're putting a stain on my jacket.
Like if you weren't here one day, and I'm saying any coworker.
You're putting a stain on my jacket. Now
you're off on vacation and someone else is working, and I say, man, you are so professional. Vlad should be more like you.
And that's the thing. That word it leaves open to so many interpretations.
We don't know we don't know what's going on, but we can only hear what we hear.
But the thing about it, that's what I'm saying. It leads to so many. That word, professionalism,
strong.
It leads to many to at least many thoughts. Like, what if he's just being late? That's not being professional. If you know you have a certain time, like we all know it. Shoot, I do it. That's not being professional. If you're supposed to start on time and you're not.
And it could be something as simple as
it could be something as simple as your
he's on time. He works out. He just complains the whole time when he works out because he doesn't like being.
It could
in
be
the weight
something
room.
as simple as that. But it also being a professional is also being respectful of others' time.
And your boss's time.
Right. So what if you have a trainer and the trainer's there at 9 a.m. and you're coming in? Oh, your trainer's not even there at 9 a.m. It might be a 9 a.m. training section. He's probably there since 8:30, 8:15, and you're waltzing in at 9:04, 9:05, 9:08. You're wasting other people's time. That's not being a professional.
So if Kel'el Ware balls out and scores 40 points and 20 rebounds tonight, we'll know that Eric Spoelstra's message got very clearly.
But that's
through
the
to
other
him.
thing. Like maybe, like I don't know what. It's so hard.
It's hard to tell.
It's hard to tell because what if they want him to? They've been telling him to go to the gym and gain some weight. Maybe his body's not the type to gain weight like that. I don't know.
Will be interesting. So we'll see how this plays out.
And
Maybe
I'm really interested to tonight's game now to see how he plays now.
Maybe it's a whole lot of nothing. Maybe it's a whole lot of something. Time's going to tell. But Kel'el Ware, who a lot of people believe is really one of the brightest future members of bright future for the Heat. Maybe there's something. Maybe there's not. We're just going to have to keep an eye on it. But I'm hoping there's a whole lot of nothing. Hoping. We're going to do something or nothing next. We're glad you're going to decide. What Eric Spoelstra said was something. But we're going to do something or nothing next here on 560 WQAM. Something or nothing time. We go through some of the things happening in and around the world, and we tell you whether it is something or nothing at all. Going to start in the sports world. Cole Anthony expected to be bought out by the Grizzlies, and he is also expected to sign with the Milwaukee Bucks. He averaged 12 points, 4 assists, 3 rebounds last year for the Orlando Magic. Is that something or nothing?
I don't know. I'm in between with this.
It does show that the Milwaukee Bucks are trying to keep Giannis as happy as possible.
I like it because I like Cole Anthony's game. Obviously, he's the son of former NBA player and Greg Anthony, who's on who does color commentary for CBS Sports. Former Nick Great, number 50, former Vancouver Grizzly.
UNLV running rebel.
Definitely a UNLV running rebel. Him and Anderson Hunt had a great backcourt. But Cole's had a very good NBA career as a backup. The thing about it is, the reason why I don't know is because you're replacing Dame. Like, you're being brought in to hold down the fort.
Someone that was top 10 in the league in scoring and assists last year.
You're talking about
a Hall of Fame, first ballot Hall of Famer.
Top 75 player of all time.
There you go.
And then, you know.
Hey, if you can give me,
I don't know if this keeps Giannis. If Giannis likes to move, then cool. But if I don't know if this is moving the needle.
Look, if you're the Milwaukee Bucks, though, and Giannis wants to leave, he's going to want to leave no matter what. You've done everything that you could for him within reason. You know what I mean? So Giannis leaves. At least you can go to bed at night if you're the Milwaukee Bucks and say, we did everything we could. He'd already made up his mind. So we'll see. Bucks might have a chance.
But this way, it's not that move.
Yeah, it doesn't make him a champion. But
yeah, that Norman Powell move is more of a significant move than
Cole Anthony. Absolutely. Yeah. Shohei Ohtani tosses 3 scoreless innings versus the Giants yesterday. Something or nothing.
Yeah.
They're ramping him up, but I don't know if he'll ever get past, pitching 4 or 5 innings. I mean, everything that Shohei Ohtani does is fantastic, man. All right, how about this? Aaron Judge, he hit his 350th home run yesterday.
Something. He lost.
So it doesn't matter?
Doesn't matter.
350 though, in a career.
I know. And he's batting 350 right now.
Man. That's amazing, right?
And
there.
he still might not win the Triple Crown because Riley's got 38 home runs. Jesus Christ.
Some guys don't even sniff 350 home runs in their career. Aaron Judge has done it in
8 seasons?
It's just been unbelievable, man. Has it even been 8 seasons? Like, goodness gracious.
Well, he's the fastest, right?
I would guess. Yeah, that's a lot. That's quick to 350, man. Goodness. Talk about this. Jelly Roll.
Yes,
Logan Paul.
Yes, I saw that yesterday as well.
They clashed at WWE SmackDown.
Yes. No.
It said WWE SmackDown.
Well, they did. You know what? You're right. Okay, so we got to go by order. It is something leading to a matchup happening in 3 weeks in New York, New Jersey for SummerSlam. Yes, Friday night they had a little interaction, and then last night on Saturday night's main event, they had even more of an interaction, and Randy Orton and Jelly Roll will be facing Drew McIntyre and Logan Paul.
Jelly Roll's going to try to wrestle?
No, Jelly Roll is going to wrestle.
So
he's been training.
He's lost a lot of weight. I do know that.
Right.
But he's still a big guy.
Well, so there's a lot of big guys in wrestling. There's Otis.
Okay.
You had Viscera. Yeah, Earthquake in time.
Oh, yeah.
Come on.
Tugboat.
Tugboat. There you go. But yeah, it's something. I don't get it as a wrestling fan, but I get it as for the business. You want to bring in as many eyes as you can, and for a 2-day celebration, you want to bring in new eyes because they just generate a lot of revenue, and the more eyes you can get on a product, the better. So it's something. Logan Paul is a damn good wrestler, as much as people want to be.
There you go.
He's really good. I know that you like the Paul boys.
I do like them.
I know you like them. Listen, I don't knock their hustle, man. I give them props for their hustle. I just may not like the sport that they do their hustle in, especially Jake. But Logan's pretty good. Jelly Roll has done some moves. He choke slammed the man before.
Oh.
I just want to see how he's gonna do.
Somebody
but you know who the best. But we all know who the best. We all know who the best musician wrestler of all time is.
Baboni.
Say no. We don't have to say no more.
Why isn't he back? Why isn't he back?
He's making too much money, bro.
That's true.
He's making too much
because it's a passion.
He loves wrestling.
I was gonna say it's his passion.
No, he loves wrestling, and let me tell you this.
The
Dan.
residency has started in Puerto Rico too, but it's Puerto Rican
Let me tell
natives
you this,
only.
Dan.
So just
you know me. I'm a hater. I had to give Bad Bunny his props. Like to me, he was unbelievable. So shout out to Jelly Roll. Hopefully he does a great job. They expect him to do good because it's the first SummerSlam 2-day event. So let's see.
Okay, getting back into the music, we talked about this a little earlier. For the first time in 4 years, Justin Bieber released a new album called Swag. But maybe more importantly, first time in 5 years, Deftones released a new album Friday called Private Music, Something or Nothing.
Clips came out on Friday.
Yeah, it was a big day for music, man. You got a little bit of everything. You got Clips, Deftones, Bieber. You're covering all your bases.
It's very weird. I wanted to know why Def Jam dropped Bieber on the same day that Clips came out. Clips was on Def Jam, so I don't know if that was some label industry wars. But Deftones, they hadn't dropped an album in 5 years.
5 years, yep.
Okay.
So what I'm guessing is it's probably the, let's see, would it be the quarter? So it's
we're in the halfway point, right? Because we're in the summertime.
Right. So maybe they're trying to get albums out for awards and maybe try to get.
Yeah, but then you would just wait for the third and fourth quarter.
Familiarity, but maybe familiarity towards the holidays and stuff like that. People getting used to it. Maybe you can do some summer touring. That would be another reason.
See, Dan, well, this is what I was thinking about. Okay, if you really look at music over the last year and a half, there's one person who's dominated music. Well, there's two people, but she's in love with in Kansas City. It's been Kendrick. It's either Taylor Swift or Kendrick.
I mean,
but it's really been Kendrick.
I would argue that it's Taylor Swift, but go ahead.
No, but Taylor's reached that Beyonce level where whenever they want it, like the minute they put their big toe out, it's a big event. You know what I'm saying? So it was Kendrick year. Kendrick's run the last 18 months of the year of music. If you're talking about the beef, the tours, the albums, everything like that. Seems like the summer's for the Clips. I'm wondering what's going to happen for September. And obviously, you know that everybody always does the last of the quarter drop during the holidays.
Of course, yes.
But another thing you said that was true is that why aren't a lot of artists coming out, especially now that albums are released on Friday? I would have thought 4th of July weekend with everybody being home would have been the perfect time for artists to drop their a record or an album.
So if you don't know anything about records and albums behind the scenes, it takes 6 weeks to ramp up from the completion of an album to the release of an album with the promotion and with everything else that needs to be done, the red tape and stuff like that.
But things have changed now. We're in streaming now.
Right. But the business still, there's business sides of it and stuff like that. So the tradition is 6 weeks, but I think that some of the traditions have been blown away. It used to be you strategically dropped it at a certain point in the year. I think now they finish it and they're like, get it out there.
That's why I appreciated the Clips, because this was a modernized old school rollout.
But there was reasoning behind why so many albums were released Friday. I just can't wrap my head around
I don't understand, because that you're right. But I would have thought that last week being July 4th, you would have dropped an album on a Friday when everybody's home. I would have dropped an album July 3rd.
Gabby, Ashley O, Miho. No, nobody's here at work on the weekends.
But I'm thinking, if I dropped an album July 4th,
I don't know.
Everybody's listening to it.
That'll be my question for the music heads in here.
And if it's really good, everybody's blasting it through the barbecues, through the parties.
Even if it's not good, just blasting
on
it
the
beaches. You want to hear it while you're doing things, man.
It's shocking. But that's a good question. A lot of big names did drop on Friday.
To think. So this year, the big highlights albums have been Bad Bunny did it in January, beginning of January. We've had, of course, this Clips. We've had this Justin Bieber.
Yeah, I don't know if Bieber. I mean, Bieber's gonna move, but right now you're right. It's been Bad Bunny and the Clips right now. But you could tell the artists who have a backing. Bad Bunny had a good rollout. I mean, he's a big artist anyway, but we knew that his album was coming out. You knew this Clips album was coming out. It was being promoted very heavy.
Like, I don't think Bieber, we even knew. It just
that Bieber album just dropped. I'm like, oh, snap, Bieber dropped? Okay, cool. Not like I'm really listening to it, but there was a time you mentioned Justin Bieber's name.
I was going to say, if I have free time, I don't know what I'm going to listen to today. It's probably not going to be Swag by Justin Bieber. And I'm not knocking it. I'm just saying, I got other things. Let's get back to it. Ohio child. He climbs into a claw machine and has to be saved. Something or nothing.
Did he get the prize?
That's the thing, he did. It's like every kid's
As long as you
dream.
got the prize.
Every kid's dream would to climb into the claw machine and have, it'd be so nice.
Your hands in the cookie jar, know one thing.
Here's something. Oh, what do we need to know?
Got to grab the cookie.
You got to grab the cookie.
Never leave a ring.
You've gone that far.
Your hands in the cookie jar, know one thing.
Interesting, maybe alerting. New trend in the UK. Serial killer inspired baby names. Nothing.
Wait. That's something crazy. So you're naming your child after a killer?
Yeah. Serial killer.
Mm-hmm. So there's a lot of Charles.
There's a lot of Charles. There's a lot of Johns. There's
David
Gacy. There's a lot of David.
Okay.
Of course, there's a lot of Ted Bundys and stuff like that.
Too many Teds.
This is the thing. All these Netflix documentaries have made celebrities out of men and one or two women. I know it's arguable whether there's ever been a woman serial killer. I hate to discount women because I just always include everybody.
They could be a serial killer of women. It's kind of easy to get him.
No, woman serial killer.
Yeah, it's kind. You could be
remember
a
that
serial.
woman that was a prostitute and she would kill.
That's pretty much it. Yeah, all you gotta do is get them in the bed.
I'm not naming my kids after serial killers. I'm sorry.
Why, you don't want to name your serial killer Hennessy or No.
There's some names you just
Lexus.
Leave them away, man. Leave them be. Leave them be. Oh, I sent you an email about this one. I think it says waste or something like that. WAISTE. After 5 cosmetic surgeries, influencer Mia MIA
Not Mia Khalifa?
No, not Mia Khalifa. I don't think so.
Okay.
She's going to remove some ribs to make sure her waist is even smaller. She says, "Girls are jealous of my body." Something or nothing.
Is there a picture of this young lady?
I've sent you the link. There's a couple of interesting looks. She's got a very small waist already. But that you would go to take ribs out of your body so your waist can be smaller, which would accentuate another part of your body looking larger, not that it wasn't already large enough, and you'll see in the picture. I guess, you're a slave to, you're so vain. You're a slave to your vanity, man.
What do you, Carly? What
slave to your vanity.
Carly Simon, what are you?
I'm so vain. Probably think the song is about me, about me.
Hey,
You're
man.
So vain.
Leave my guy alone, man.
Man, I'll tell you this.
That song was, you know what that song was about, right?
I we talk about it off the air.
No, you don't. No, we can talk about it.
Oh, it was about somebody, wasn't it?
It was about an actor, the guy that played Dick Tracy.
Yeah, Warren Beatty.
That song was about Warren Beatty.
Oh, crazy. I did not know that.
Yeah.
All right.
So I'm about to take a look at this young lady.
Yeah, it takes a little while because the website sometimes takes a while to load. And it's not a bad website.
By the way, why they all look the same? They all got the duck lips.
It's
They
all
all
plastic.
got the duck lips. I just saw a face. Not even looking at the rest.
All plastic. I mean, she's already had 5 cosmetic surgeries. They all did Botox in their faces.
Dude, her breast is gonna be bigger than her body.
That's what I was saying.
And she wants to remove ribs?
Remove some ribs. So she'll have a skinnier waist. Yeah,
by the way, hold on. You came from our rib, ladies.
That's true.
How you gonna take out your ribs?
It's good for the goose, is good for the gander, I guess.
That's not.
What about when you're at the gym and there's that woman that obviously has taken the fat out of her waist and put it into her butt? And it's just like, so when I even say oversized, like it's almost like tipping over. I don't know of any guy that's like, oh, yeah. Like, it's just not proportionate. Like, I'm all for you modifying and doing what you got to do. But make sure it looks right, man.
Nah, man. Come on, man.
That was the weirdest thing out in the Pacific Northwest. Being away from Miami for 10 days.
You saw actual natural people? Natural
women. Second I get into the waiting area to get on the plane to go to Miami, the transitioning flight, there's one of those huge derrieres that is not natural.
What, BBLs?
I was like, I'm back home. No,
BBLs?
where they took the fat out of their waist and they put it into their
BBLs.
Butt. BBLs, yeah. I was like, back home. Back home. Feels good. Feels good. So, I don't mind it. Just make it proportional. Over proportional is not right. I kind of worry about them, not because of their sanity, but because they might hurt themselves or someone might get hurt.
It's dumb because they're going to regret it in 20 years.
Yeah, you're going to hurt yourself or somebody's going to get hurt.
And you don't eat right. Half those girls don't even they don't eat the right diet or follow the proper diet or exercise to the point where they let themselves go. It's like, nah, you just got this big BBL and this gut. You're not looking good.
Fat on both sides.
Yeah, BBL in the gut. It's not good. It's not good.
Final hour of the show next, 560 WQAM.
Not good. Anti-horny.
All right, Yannick Sinner has done it. He has won Wimbledon over Carlos Alcaraz. He lost the first set 6-4, and then he won the next 3 sets 6-4. So 6-4, 6-4, 6-4, 6-4. Yannick Sinner defeats Carlos Alcaraz. Indiana Fever are whooping up on the Dallas Wings. I don't exactly have the box score right now, but they're going to, they've already won 120-83. In case you're wondering how the Caitlin Clark Paige Beckers battle went down. Beckers had 21 points. Pretty big night for her, our big day for her right there. And we're going to have to see Indiana Fever, how
I'll tell you right now.
Friend, I got the box score.
Caitlin Clark had another terrible shooting night. She had 14 points, but she did have 13 assists.
She has been very good with the assists.
She is leading the WNBA. She's leading the dub in assists.
Paige Beckers has been as good as advertised since she has come into this league after winning a national championship with UConn.
I ain't gonna hold you. She got she's part of that Tres Leches, 3 milks, 3 white milks. I don't get it why they want to say that, but anyway, Sophie Cunningham had a good game, and I like me some Sophie Cunningham. She's the badass of the 3.
No, I like an enforcer.
Yeah, she looks like but she's a beautiful enforcer.
I think nobody said that couldn't be. That's the way it is.
I don't want my enforcer to be beautiful. I kind of want my enforcer to be ugly, so that you know what can happen. I don't know if Sophie could ever be. Sophie's beautiful, but like Charles Anthony Mason, rest in peace, enforcer.
Mace, Charles Oakley.
Still, I love Oak. Enforcer.
Derek Lewis last night in MMA.
Definitely enforcer. Definitely enforcer. My God, you thumb a guy in the eye, he got upset. He just started. He was just throwing. He was just throwing punches and not looking at who he throwing it at.
No, he was holding his eye at one point. He couldn't.
I'm blind, but he caught that guy with a shot. Boom.
Maybe that was the worst thing for him. For the other guy,
It did seem like that.
It seemed like he was kind of in control for the first 4 seconds until he caught that guy with a thumb to the eye, and then whoop, catch some bad punches, man. Whew, it'll be hurting. Oh, Marlins are not underway still. For some reason, I thought they were. Marlins in Baltimore still 0-0. I don't know if that game's going to get played today.
I don't think so either.
I think it's time to take it to the All-Star break, guys. And of course, we got the biggest soccer game in the world when it comes to clubs. Starting in just a few minutes, Chelsea and PSG. PSG, you would predict, would probably win something like 3-1 or 2-0, but
I have a 3-0.
So I got Chelsea, man. Make them run, guys. Of course, you know, well, no, in soccer, you'd say you got to score first, but you really don't, because you see teams all the time get down 1-0 and come back and win. Like Sweden yesterday against Germany in the Women's Euro Cup, they got down 1-0, and you're like, uh-oh. Next thing you know, it's 3-1. Sweden is like, okay, making it happen, man. Speaking of soccer, this is a soccer time of the year. Messi, he had a brace. That means 2 goals last night. That's his 2 goals in consecutive games, 2 or more goals in consecutive games, 5 games in a row. Needless to say, Inter Miami has won those 5 games in MLS. They defeated Nashville SC 2-1. You think, well, that's Nashville SC. Well, then the Nashville team had not lost in their previous 15 matches until last night. Up next, FC Cincinnati up in Cincinnati. That is going to be Wednesday at 7:30. Jansen Junk absolutely dealing against Baltimore yesterday. 7 innings, no runs, 5 hits, struck out 2. Marlins rolled 6-0. Hopefully today, as we said, Yuri Perez will take the mound. MLB draft today and tomorrow. Marlins pick 7th, while the Nationals are the first overall pick. I told you, Vlad, there's all types of weird, different like sub rules in the MLB draft. There's a competitive part of the draft where teams that spend under a certain apron, Marlins, and teams that are in smaller markets, you know, if they match up with everything, they have this like compensatory round where those teams get to draft. Also, the teams that spend the most money over a certain apron, which is the Yankees, which is the Dodgers, and I want to say the Mets, no matter where they fall in the draft, they're automatically pushed down 10 spots because they went over the apron. And then there's other like weird small drafts and everything going on. But nonetheless, just know the Marlins are picking 7th today.
Okay.
I am interested in that stuff because theoretically, with the 7th overall pick in a draft, you should get a player that is going to be the future of your team. Hopefully. Derek Jeter, I was so surprised. Derek Jeter, when he was drafted, he was like the 23rd overall pick.
Yeah.
I thought like Jeter was a can't miss kid that, you know, the Yankees found a way to get 1st overall, but no, man. So they got some guys, man. But I mean, that's got to be hard to scout, right, Vlad? Of all the high school or not professional players in the world.
Yeah, that's different.
Same thing with hockey. Like even Doug Plagans tells you, like, I can't break down a 14-year-old kid from Sweden that they just drafted. Like,
but you know what? There was a time back in the days when baseball was one of the most popular sports, that you would know if a kid like Brian Taylor was such a kid with the Yankees that everybody knew, and we're like, man, the Yankees signed a 16-year-old kid. He's supposed to be the next Doc Gooden and stuff like that. So there was a time. Ben McDonald, remember LSU that he's going to Baltimore. We heard about those.
Was the most recent one. Josh Hamilton with the Texas Rangers.
Josh Hamilton. Strasburg was another one. And Harper. Bryce Harper might be
that one worked out.
That one, Juan Soto also worked out. But there's a difference when you're hearing about. And I don't want to like be regionalist, but it's different when you hear about the prospect in the minor league coming from the Dominican or coming from the Caribbean.
Mm-hmm.
So when you hear their name, you're like, okay, cool. But when you're hearing that about a kid that you see them in the College World Series, you might see a kid like I saw Ben McDonald. Why? LSU. He was pitching in the College World Series. They were talking hype up. They were hyping him up. Who else? And then you saw a lot of these players. Will Clark, Barry Bonds. You saw these guys in the College World Series. So you kind of had a little
right.
You had some type of information about them, but then there's the other ones that
that don't make it in. It's not for everybody. No, I think the ultimate can't miss kid would have to be in all sports. LeBron James.
Yeah,
would have to be the ultimate of can't miss kids.
But NBA's a little different though.
It is.
Shaq is definitely a can't miss. Like, you know,
I mean, you could see that right
you
away.
can see that right away. So it's like a lot of these kids are can't miss, but then there's a lot, like you said. I think you're right when you say about hockey and baseball.
I can't imagine being a scout.
Because you see Aaron Judge, you're gonna be like, oh, absolutely. But then you see Jose Altuve, you're like, there's no way this young man's gonna be a
kid from
an
Venezuela,
MVP and one of the
greatest hitters of all time,
one of the best players in baseball. So it's a tough job. Somebody got to get paid for it.
That's why they get paid for it, man. And
You
when
know?
they miss, you hate them. When they make, you laud them. It's just one of those things.
But then it's those guys like the Clint. You remember that? What's that movie Clint Eastwood played? Where he could hear by the swing of a bat and the way the ball hits the bat.
I can't remember the movie.
Yeah, Timberlake was on it. We talked about it the other day. Trouble with the Curve? Is that it?
That's probably it.
Yeah, Trouble with the Curve. Yeah. Yeah. Then there's those type of scouts who could hear, ooh, he's got great power. But how can you tell?
Yeah.
I could tell by the swing of the bat, the crack of the bat.
Sound of the bat.
The sound of the bat. Wait, what?
Hey, man.
Oh, I could tell by the way the ball hits the catcher's mitt. Oh, he's got movement. Wait, what? But they write about it.
Well, don't ask the Marlins that because they do all analytics. 100%.
But they do it that they're right about it. So it's
there are some people you hear them or you see them and right away you could tell they're going to be something. And when you get that, you know that there's somebody special. They usually are pretty special. So, and Ndamukong Suh is special defensively in the NFL for a long time, but he is officially retired. He played 3 years with the Dolphins, 2015, 2016, 2017. He has not been in the league for 2 years. He did win a Super Bowl, and he did win Rookie of the Year back when he started. So 13 years in the league playing. So Ndamukong Suh, great career, good times. And FIFA, we talked about this, the Players Union will begin implementing a mandatory players rest period. Matches must be at least 72 hours apart, and clubs must have at least 21 days of rest at the conclusion of the season. I say that because Inter Miami got a brutal schedule as far as games ahead of them because they've had to miss so many MLS games. They still got so many more tournament games. Hopefully they can be right when they get into the playoffs, and hopefully this year the playoffs they can make a run. We had Daniel Solana on there, and we pretty much agreed that the order of importance for Inter Miami for the rest of the season is winning MLS Cup, winning the playoffs, which they failed to do last year. We all know why. Atlanta got us. Then it would be winning Leagues Cup, which is a tournament between Mexico's Liga MX, and then winning the Supporter Shield, which is winning the regular season of MLS.
First pitch just happened in Baltimore.
Whew, thank goodness they're getting it in.
First pitch just happened in Baltimore.
All right,
yes.
so we're underway.
So
0-0, right?
So guess what?
Is it 0-0?
By the time we get home, we'll be halfway through the game.
I know. I'm excited. I think I'm gonna go see Giuseppe and Nathan. I just got some news. Go hang out, maybe watch the game. See how
we got a post show next week, man. Right, we stopped our post shows.
Oh yeah, we're kind of caught up trying to get my life together with everything. Like this guy, the texter earlier said I was day drinking all day. Yeah, I know that's
a good life.
Catch me on a day off. You see what happens. Catch me on a vacation or a day off. Speaking of vacations and days off, let's go ahead and take a step into the day spa. A group of feisty flamingos have settled in a northern Italian rice field and are eating up all the rice. When farmers try to shoo them away, the birds start attacking the farmers.
They eating all that rice. Wouldn't they be getting fat?
Oh, but they still got a little edge.
But they're flamingos.
Mm-hmm. No, they still got skinny legs.
That's what I'm saying.
They're just top heavy.
Yeah.
Birds got to eat. You know, Inter Miami, they're the herons. I wouldn't mind them being the feisty flamingos. The Inter Miami feisty flamingos.
Yeah.
The alliteration is great.
Well, flamingos, they wear pink. I kind of see it.
There's got to be a minor league team, baseball team somewhere, because they're good with the creative names. There's got to be like
I don't want nothing minor or anything. Then all of a sudden we get like another variation of the Savannah Bananas.
No, a real minor league team. Like, because they've got the what is it, Trash Bandits, and they've got
like the Gringo Flamingos.
Yeah, that's something cool, man. But I'd like to hear the Durham Bulls. One time in New Orleans, they had the Baby Cakes.
Baby Cakes?
Yeah.
Why?
Because Baby Cakes is a nickname for king cake, and also it's a nickname it's like a sweet name for someone.
Oh, I know the Baby Cakes.
They're babies in the king cake. But there's be sometimes, like, what you want, Baby Cakes? It's a nickname. It's a slang term. So
You know you can't use that in 2025.
you can't use baby cakes.
Nah.
I mean, the team was.
I'm just
proud.
saying you can't use that term. You can't be like, hey, what you want, baby cakes? Well, depending on who the baby cakes you're referring to.
I've been told I can't even, like, if someone's like, oh, I'd like to hear a song, I can't even go, oh, what would you like to hear, sweetheart? Or what would you like to hear, darling? They say,
No, you can't use
say
those
you
words.
Can't do that.
No, you can't say sweetie, baby, none of that.
So now
no terms of endearment.
I was going to say, so now I just have to be cleansed and very generic with
Use
everyone.
a pronoun.
Yes. What would you like to hear?
Her
her
or him?
His, was it her,
his,
she, and what? Like,
just protect yourself. Actually, just like, what would you like to hear? And you know, if you're just, we're living in a weird time. Like, somebody's gonna say, "Wow, you gotta, you're so rude." I can't say words. There's certain words I can't say. If I say it, it might be misconstrued.
My thing is this: you can say it. I can't. Like, people come up to me and call me all types of weird, crazy things, say all types of wild things, but I can't come back and just be polite and say, "Oh, that's so sweet, sugar." Don't call a woman sugar.
Well, you're from the South.
I know. I'm used to it. But I've got to adjust.
That's messed up.
I know, and I really mean it in the best way. I'm not trying to.
I know. You're not being like,
I'm not being perverted or even, sexual or anything. It's just, it's just so much nicer. Like, a guy comes up, hey, I'd like to hear something. Yeah, bro, what do you want to hear? The bro makes it better than just, what do you want to hear?
That's what I'm saying.
Like,
hey, man, I ain't your bro.
Yeah, hey, bro, don't be calling me bro. Like,
man.
Calm yourself. Just calm yourself. I didn't mean it as a nasty, I don't know. Okay, well, let's talk about those hurricanes. So somebody tweeted the other day and said that we're the only, and I don't know if this is true, I don't think it is, we're the only people talking about the Miami Hurricanes team. 49 days out, we're talking about the Hurricanes.
Damn right we are. Why not?
I think other people.
Joe Rose definitely talks. I mean, he has Mario on like every other week at 6:15. Gotta love the fact that you get the head coach at 6:15. He's about to get his day going. So
dude, nobody outworks more.
Nobody, yeah.
That dude is up probably at 4 a.m. Go to bed at noon.
He might be up at 3:36.
That man, he said
every day.
Heavy cafecito and hard work.
So what they bitching and complaining now? Yeah, we're 7 weeks away. We are 7 Sundays away from the biggest game of the 20 to start off a college football season.
People that want to hear Hurricanes, I get it. Let's do it. Next, 560 WQAM. And the winner is the Miami Hurricanes over the Notre Dame Fighting Irish, August 31st, Hard Rock Stadium. That's what I hope we hear from Joe Zagacki right here on 560 WQAM at the end of the evening. Just got a text from my guy Raul. I actually met Raul at a tailgate for the Miami Hurricanes. So, he's a big fan. He said, hell yeah, you and Vlad talking about the Miami Hurricanes football team. It's 49 days away. It's big time, and I've been reading some articles. And let's first get into the articles that I've first started reading about.
What you been reading?
Some of the concerns that you should have if you're the Hurricanes. One position especially, and it looks like now both Notre Dame and Miami Hurricanes have concerns on defense. Hurricanes give you good reason because of last year.
Notre Dame lost a lot of guys on defense. Their secondary was their best secondary in college football last season.
Very nice of you. But let's say Notre Dame, they say the linebacker position has some depth issues. A little bit of worry about it. Wesley Bassett, he's going to be good. Popo Aguirre. They've got Kamal Bonner that transferred in. Also, Rutgers transfer Mo Tor, although he did not play last year. Nonetheless, they're saying,
his name is Mo Tor?
Motoure. Mo Tor.
Okay.
So they got, the new defense coordinator coming in, Corey Heatherman. Everybody says he did a great job at Minnesota. That means absolutely nothing because this is not Minnesota, and this is, not 1 year. So you got to worry about that. Now, I went to the Notre Dame site. See, what should they be worried about? The Notre Dame people are extremely worried about the offensive line and the running game of the Miami Hurricanes.
Okay.
They are very strong in the secondary, apparently, but not so strong up front, which has them worried that Carson Beck might put the arm away a little bit and start handing off to some of the great running backs that we have on this team. And we know we have a stable with Jordan Lyle, Fletcher Jr. We've also got some transfers in. So it seems like Notre Dame should be worried. Notre Dame also probably going to be starting a quarterback that has never started a college game before in a hostile environment with the world watching. Seems like Notre Dame might have some things to worry about. My thing is this. If I'm Mario Cristobal, and once again, I am not, just making that clear, I would try to establish the run. You have the best possibly, not Drake, but the best offensive line in all of football. Now, am I right, Vlad? Their strength is their offensive line. You have maybe the best offensive line in football right there. You should start. Bread and butter is the
for
run.
second year.
For second year,
because they had a great offensive line last year.
A lot of people, pundits, are saying it is the best offensive line in college football.
So that's basically they're going back. I think are they bringing back the whole line again?
Francis Malinois is expected to be a top 10 pick if he stays healthy this year. Yes, a lot of guys are coming back.
So you're bringing back an offensive line that's experienced. You bring back a lot of the weapons on the outside.
Mark Fletcher Jr. running back, Jordan Lyle running back. You got some other guys that are coming in to do stable of running backs.
The only question for the University of Miami, to me, is the guy who's under center. That's the biggest question. While Notre Dame also has a question in quarterback.
I told you,
right.
Most likely his
Riley
first
Leonard
start ever.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I'd rather have Miami problems than Notre Dame problems.
You got a guy who's been through it. Carson Beck's been through it, man. He's played against the best of the best, and he's shown his colors to be pretty darn good. I am a big believer in Carson Beck, and I've given my reasons multiple times, but I'll run through them again. If you're a Miami Hurricanes fan and you want to feel somewhat of a relief, this is a guy who played at the highest level against the highest teams week in, week out. He threw a lot of interceptions last year, but in his last 5 games, 11 touchdowns to 0 interceptions, meaning he got it together. He did not have that good of a running game in Georgia last year. In fact, it was one of Georgia's worst running back games for a season that Georgia's had in a long time. Carson Beck also, even though he had an off season last year, Vlad, Georgia went into the college football playoffs after Carson Beck got hurt. It's the number 2 seed. If you're having a bad year and you're still good enough to be a number 2 seed, I'm going to start believing in you a little bit. But that's just me, Carson Beck. I got you. The off-season stuff, Vlad, that happened a long time ago from now, much less another month from now, 7 weeks from now. Oh, that's in the past. Carson Beck's going to be fine. He's elitely rated by a lot of the scouts and also video games. If video games mean
Video
games, I mean, I'm trying to make a case here. Come on, man.
All right, so I'm thinking about us. August 31st, right?
That will be the day.
We'll probably be on.
I hope so, for the pre-game.
The pregame to the pregame to the pregame. We'll probably be on from what, like 12 to 3? 3:30 maybe?
3:30.
Takes us 30 minutes. Oh, yeah, we could tailgate.
It's going to be the biggest game. Raul, save us a tailgate spot.
Yeah, we could tailgate. Oh,
Raul's right there when you walk up, too. So, Raul, save us a tailgate spot. I know you're listening.
now we're going to the game then.
All right.
We're going to the game because guess what? We're probably going to have to talk about it the next day.
Next day will be Monday.
Right. Nobody's working Labor Day.
That is true.
Except for us.
We'll be here all day.
I'm already don't worry, Len. Oh, guys, we need somebody. Already. All right. I got it in my head. It's already there. We'll do it. Yeah, let's do it.
You want to know more reason why you should be excited about Carson Beck?
Why should I be excited about Carson Beck?
USA Today.
That, he broke up with his girlfriend. And
that happens. Hey, but therefore, the grace of God go I. I'm like, never broken up with a girl, or your girl's never broken up with you. Come on, man. It's human. USA Today has put together a list of top 25 quarterbacks.
Is he part of the top 25 in college football in 2025?
Not only is he in a top 25 quarterback,
is he a top 5?
He is a top 10 ranking in USA Today's top ranked quarterbacks.
Let me guess. Arch Manning's number 1.
I did not have the ratings in front of me, you would expect Arch Manning to be absolutely high up there, even though he's never really been a full-time starter in his career. But you'll see what he does with.
It's
Texas.
Not Labor Day yet. But it'll be Labor Day in 7 weeks. It's the year's already done. It's crazy. In a weird way, the year is done and the year's just started because I feel like the year happens when football season begins. It's as if the second wave of the year happens when football season begins, and then once your team is out of the playoffs by like October, like my team, then you start looking at other sports in the next season. But we're right there, man. We're not that far away from cleats on grass, whistles being blown, flags being thrown.
Man,
Liam Eichenberg taking out Zach Sealer's eye socket. We're not that far away from that.
Okay. Why is Liam Eichenberg continuing to catch strays on everywhere you go?
Because he's strayable. That's when you're a strayable a person, you're gonna catch strays all the time. That's what it is with Eichenberg. That man is a nice man. He's probably a very good, well-hearted man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
he's a Notre Dame guy, isn't he?
So
that's why he's catching the strays, because of the game coming up.
Oh no, he's catching strays because Tua almost got killed every time he plays. But yeah, I mean, it's not his fault.
You can only do what you're capable of. But you do have to be excited about this, Vlad. If you do have one of, if not the best offensive line,
Dan, I'm
in the
excited
country,
for this season.
You have got a stable of running backs. You can set the edge. You can set the pace of the game.
You're not expecting Carson Beck. You're not expecting Carson Beck to. You don't want Carson Beck to do the things Cam Ward had to do last season.
You don't want them to have to save us from games.
They're not the same quarterback. One guy's got I don't know what's the. I don't want to know. He's got the skill set.
Carson Beck's got skills, man.
They both have different type of skill set. One guy has a skill set that when he's out of the pocket, he can extend plays. He can make things happen. Carson, when he's in the pocket and he has time, he's going to dissect you.
Yeah.
He's going to dissect you. So put it this way. I feel Carson Beck is coming into a better situation than Cam Ward came into.
I believe that too. Yes, absolutely. So he's not asked to do as much as Cam Ward.
So therefore, yeah.
But think about it, Vlad. You have the best offensive line in the country. This is best case scenario, and it could work out like this. I do believe in this Hurricanes team. You've got the best offensive line in the country. You can really set the tone of the game, run the ball, play action, give Carson Beck all the time in the world. He is a precision quarterback. They start carving you up.
And this is more of a
then they get ahead of you, and then they just choke you out.
And I think this team is more of a Mario team, like the way Mario wants to play.
This is what he wants.
This is more right. Well, this is what the 4th season. We're in season 4. Yeah.
But now, once again, huge question marks on defense. Last year, the defense was very suspect. You get Corey Heatherman, first-year defensive coordinator. He was in the Big Ten last year, ACC this year. Things could get blown up. But you got to feel as though with this offensive line and with a good defensive line and hopefully a healthy Reuben Bain Jr., Hurricane Bain, that these front lines are going to be really, really strong. And we saw it with the Philadelphia Eagles, once again, comparing apples to oranges. But the Philadelphia Eagles were able to do in the NFL with the best offensive line and defensive line, arguably. Pretty good. Seems like Mario Cristobal's kind of followed that. It's exciting, man. It's very exciting. And like we said, the schedule, it's a little interesting.
No, it's top heavy. It's top heavy in the beginning, and then
in the end is a little.
But the end, by theory, you think the end is a little meh. But
no. I'm worried about those 2 road games at the end of the year.
They always play those 2 road games.
Virginia Tech after Thanksgiving, basically,
and Boston College, Pittsburgh
Pitt,
or Boston College,
Pitt at Pitt. But you know what? There's a lot of that's my worry. There's a lot of tape. You know, you're not surprising people with anything. They're starting to get pressure. You're trying to remain focused because you could be right where you need to be in those games. At those games. The other thing is, though, if you have that running game, maybe you can just choke out some teams and just, do what the Panthers did to teams. Just choke them out, wear them down, push on them, third, fourth quarter. And all of a sudden, that's what Les Miles did at LSU. The year they had the Honey Badger, they lost to Alabama in the national championship game, but they had this offensive line where they would just keep running all day long. And you get 2-3 yards here and there. You get a 5-yard here and there. And you're like, what are they doing? And they just leaned on you. And then all of a sudden, fourth quarter came around and guys were breaking out 30, 40-yard runs just left or right. The defensive line was just gassed. And that's the way I kind of see this Hurricanes team doing, just leaning on you and leaning on you and leaning on you. And then by the fourth quarter, you're just gassing them, man. And then Carson Beck carving you up because he's got all the time in the world because your line's holding him and the defensive line is tired. So it's going to be exciting, man.
We got an update.
What we got?
In New York, New Jersey.
I thought we were talking about the Hurricanes. Go ahead.
Your team just scored on PSG.
Chelsea got a lead.
Yeah, 1-0.
Changes the whole game.
Yeah, they will lose 3-1 now.
Okay. Hold on to that now.
I am.
But at least they've given me hope. There's nothing.
They did give you hope. Goal by Cole Palmer.
Is there nothing worse than like you get fired up for a soccer game, you get stoked up, you get there, you're excited, you're with your friends, and the other team scores in like the 3rd minute. And you're like, no!
3 minutes in? Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
I was so excited when USA scored 3 minutes in against Mexico.
Dude, yeah, did we talk about this? That was last Sunday, right?
I didn't think we were even going to get a goal, and now we got one in 3 minutes. We got this.
That game was last Sunday, right?
Yeah, it was.
How did you feel?
I was so stoked.
But did you feel, is it me? Once they got that early goal, they decided they didn't want to attack anymore?
Yeah,
they wanted to play defense?
They did not play. They tried not to lose instead of trying to win.
That's guys, if you're up early, continue attacking.
Especially that early. I mean, it was literally 3 minutes into the game.
3 minutes into the game is like, come on, man. You basically got 2 chumps and a hot dog in by the time that goal was in.
Give Craig Berhalter credit. His son was pretty good. Best thing he did for the USA team is give us his son.
Jeez.
But man, yeah, they really did lay back. And then the handball situation, I mean, it is what it is. Whatever. Okay. They win. Congratulations, Mexico.
Yeah, I just wanted to get your because I hadn't spoke to you by that time, so I just wanted to get your opinion. But back to the UM.
They did let up, man. I hate that, man. I really do hate when teams play not to lose instead of win.
I hate that as well.
You know what? You lose and you're aggressive and you lose, you go out on your own terms. When you go out and try not to lose, it's just
in any
sport. Oh, yeah,
especially in football, whether it's American or the world's football, you play. When we see in defense when they play to prevent defense. When you play prevent defense, you're preventing yourself from winning.
That's it.
That's what happens in soccer. Like once the U.S. scored that first goal, they were playing prevent defense. Like they were trying to prevent a goal from being scored. And by the way, if they score a goal, you still got more minutes to play.
Yeah, a lot.
You know what I'm saying?
So you know what Chelsea and the Miami Marlins have in common?
What's that?
They're both up 1-0.
Hey, who scored for the Fish?
We got to check it out real quick. I just see the 1-0 score. I'm excited about it.
I'll tell you right now.
The RBI went to Kyle Stowers. Stour power.
Your man who's going to the All-Star game decided, let me show you why I'm going to the All-Star game. He had a 403 feet home run.
Dang.
To center field.
Yeah, see, he scored the run also, which
he began the
It also put a 1 under the home run, so I should probably also know that too.
He started at the top of the second with a home run.
And Yuri Perez, so far so good. 1 inning, 1 hit, 1 strikeout.
Threw a lot of pitches in that 1 inning. 20 pitches.
That's okay. He's young. I don't know if that means anything anymore in baseball, but
Well, that was Stowers, 17th home run and 49th RBI.
He's having an unbelievable season.
So he could go for 30 and a hundo.
Mm-hmm. I believe in him. Especially the way this team is now finding out how to score a little bit better. I mean, I know home runs is an easy way to score, but this team has also been able to get some more timely hits and scoring. So yeah, we shall see. And that's also nice to get that little home run and RBI before you go into the All-Star break too. So when you show up there Atlanta for the All-Star game, you could be like, yeah,
you're not. Hey, who's this kid?
had the stats, baby.
Who's this kid? But back to UM. Yeah, bro, 7 Sundays from now.
It
Can't
is
wait.
literally 7 Sundays from now. And if you say that's a long way, believe me.
Like right now, the pregame show is beginning right now.
I feel as though Victor Bermudez is starting to work on production for the pregame show as we speak.
And they're gonna hype this up. Oh my god.
It should be hyped up.
It's probably gonna be like a 1 hour, 30-minute monologue on just all the biggest plays that's happened in the UM Notre Dame.
Real quick, Vlad. Some of the biggest, just off the top of your head, biggest college football rivalries over time. You got to think
UM versus Florida State. UM versus Notre Dame.
Notre Dame. You got Ohio State.
Florida.
Okay, Ohio State, Michigan.
Obviously, Ohio State, Michigan. Florida State, Notre Dame was a great rivalry.
Yeah. Alabama, Auburn. That's a big one.
And that's always big. Georgia, Alabama.
Texas,
big.
Oklahoma. But I mean, it's right up there.
LSU, Alabama.
Yeah, but
LSU and Alabama is actually quietly my favorite rivalry because when those two teams are good, you're about to see at least the next great 8 years of NFL talent.
Right, you see, it's like two NFL teams playing.
It's literally like two NFL teams playing. You're seeing great receivers against great secondary. You're seeing great defensive line against great offensive line. The quarterbacks usually are poo-poo. The quarterbacks are both, except the time when they had both Joe Burrow and Tua. That was a great matchup.
Yeah, didn't both quarterbers have over 400 yards of passing in that game?
I remember that game vivid. 48-40. Tua just coming back from a hip injury, and he
had a foot injury.
I thought it was the
hip injury knocked him out of college football, or it was a leg injury.
Something's always wrong with that lower portion of his. Yeah, but he was messed up. But he came back.
He threw for like 486 yards.
I think he threw for 480.
Yeah, he did.
But Burrow and that
team.
But great rivalries in college football over the last 20, 25 years. Yeah.
Hey, give the Canes credit. Last year, opened the season with Florida, rivalry game at Florida. This year, Notre Dame, rivalry game here.
UM and Notre Dame's not really over the last 25 years because they hadn't really played each other. That big game that happened in the Orange Bowl when who's that? Mark Wright was the head coach.
Mm-hmm.
That was the last. That was the big game. Mark Richt. Yeah, it was the
last time.
Was the last big game. But yeah, if you're talking about the 80s and the 90s, there was no rivalry.
There was no two better teams.
So yeah, if you're talking about the last 30, 40 years, then yeah, that's the two big.
Magic happens when Notre Dame and Miami face off, and I expect nothing less.
On a Sunday night, nationally televised, all eyes on you.
Yeah. Game of the week, maybe game of the year. Get off to a good start. I'm just saying, we can hope.
It's a great way to start off college football.
Couldn't ask for anything better. To be honest with you, couldn't ask for anything better for college football and a fan. So let's get it going.
Is that the biggest? There's no other big game. Oh, there's no. Well, we don't know the rankings as of yet. Still, right?
They're probably both going to be.
They probably both
right
be in the top 10.
Yeah.
I think they might be. You know what? I think it might be 6 versus 7.
Once again, you got pollsters looking in there going, You know what we could do to make this fun? Right next to each other. And
I'm not going to hold you now. The more you think about it, you have to win this game. You don't. That's it, because that's a ranked team. That's going to be a ranked team. Both, and I'm talking about both universities here. You're talking about two highly ranked teams.
Ooh,
a loss this early not going to hurt you, but you can't really stumble the rest of the way.
I'll give you one more thing that could maybe make you a little more excited. Marcus Freeman, at his tenure at Notre Dame,
that's my guy,
has lost a game, at least one game in every September. Now, this game's August, but nonetheless, he has a propensity to lose an early game in the season.
Yeah, well, you know, how many games he's playing in September?
That's more important, but I'm just saying.
I'm just saying, you're making it seem like that. Oh, the only game they have scheduled on the calendar in the month of September is against. No, not even in September. Wait a minute. Time out. Dan, that game's August 31st, so it's not September.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But let me remind you of Northern Illinois, the Huskies.
That was in September.
Yeah,
this is August 31st.
That's why I turned it around and said a propensity to lose one early in the season.
I see what you did there, but but I heard what you said earlier, so you said September.
Once again, I'm trying to give you just a pragmatic way to look at this game.
The pragmatic way to look at this game is that you're going to see two teams who are contending for a national title. You know what? Forget national title. Two teams that are trying to make the college football playoffs. We should expect them to be in there, to be there, but all eyes will be on you, and the way you win and the way you lose will context. There's, I always say there's context in losing. Yeah, there's gonna be context in losing because you got to look at this. The Canes win. You're like, okay, we win the next 3 games. Our next big game, we have 2 big games, and it happens to be against our biggest in-state rivals. You win those 2 games at home
Florida
against
State.
Florida, bye week, and then you go to Florida State,
yep.
and then you get another bye week after that. Like, things are really working out for UM where they have time to get over the highs of a win to get themselves back ready for the next opponent. Yeah, you win it August 31st.
August
you win
31st.
And then you win what? What's that? The Florida games, what, the end of September?
Yeah.
September 20. What is he? 20.
I'm worried about August 31st.
Maybe
August 31st right now. Let's go. August 31st is our day right here. 560. Joe Zagacki going to be on the call. Don Bailey Jr. You're going to have Hollywood and Brian Monroe on the pregame and
yes.
middle game.
BM is back.
I'm guessing it's Alex Dono. I haven't sat any meetings yet this year.
Yeah, come on, man. Dono's going to do it.
Dono is back, locked on Canes like no other. Hopefully this will be a very celebratory year.
Looking at the schedule, man. Everything
good.
They start off good.
Good. I'm going to finish up good next here at 560 WQAM. Woo! Another great day right here, Sports Day 560 WQAM. Thank you so much for hanging out and joining us. Chelsea now up 2-0 on
Wow,
PSG
really?
in the 38th minute. It's true.
Huh? Thank God you don't listen to me, because I would have got y'all lost. I would have y'all lost your money.
Miami Marlins are still up 1-0 on Baltimore. That's the top of the third. So we're hanging in there hoping that not my teams can win today. Maybe not your teams, but they're definitely mine. No baseball tonight due to the All-Star game getting ready. Earlier today, Yannick Sinner, that's a different guy. Yannick Sinner took care of Carlos Alcaraz 3-1. Did not see that come. We thought that was going to be just an all-day affair where both guys were going.
Yeah, I'm having a bad day today, bro. Everything that I thought was happening is not. I thought Chelsea would be down 2-0 right now. It's actually Chelsea's up 2-0 against PSG. Cole Palmer's having a first half. They already had taken a goal away from him early in the game, and then he just scored two, one in the 22nd minute and one just in the 30th minute.
So he's got a pseudo hat trick.
He has a brace.
Caitlin Clark, big girl, Paige Beckers earlier today.
Did she really big girl?
It's all about the win.
It's definitely all about the win. But did she really big girl? Not really. 15 points, 14 assists.
So that's nice double-double. It's a nice double-double. Paige had 24, I want to say.
Yeah, Paige was busting ass. Paige is nice.
She got a game.
I like Paige.
She got a game. Summer League. Now that's something to watch. And I was going to be like, what can we do tonight? Well, 7:30. It's going to be. Now there's a little bit more interest in this Miami Heat game as they take on the Cleveland Cavaliers. We told you Norchad Omier is playing for the Cavs. We loved him here at the U. But also, after we heard the comments from Eric Spoelstra earlier about how Kel'el Ware needs to step up his professionalism, wondering now if Kel'el's playing, if he's not playing, if he plays hard, if he plays like he's upset. It should be interesting to see. Definitely something. I mean, that's what you got to watch tonight because there's not really much else going on after this baseball game finishes up and this soccer match finishes up.
We were talking about that because you saw the message that the Dallas Mavericks put, like Cooper Flag is done with the summer league, and I'm like, oh, just after 2 games, but he scored 31 points
last night,
and I'm like, okay, so you just wanted to see how these individuals do in a pseudo NBA type of game, but if they've seen what they wanted to from a rookie who hasn't even stepped on a official NBA court for a real NBA game, what are they looking for at with Kel'el, and what is he not doing for them not to say, all right, Kel'el, you've done enough, you could sit down? Because they did that last year with Jaime. Jaime played 2 games. He showed that he showed what he learned from his first year in the league, and he was busting their ass. And they were like, all right, after 2 games, you're good, Jaime. You don't have to play anymore. But Kel'el played. Did he play every game in California?
No, he did not.
Played what, 2 out of 3?
I want to say he played 2 in California and the first one in Vegas. That might be enough.
That's a lot of games for a guy who's played 2 games.
And that was a long season.
Right. That's a lot. Yeah.
So,
I think what they wanted was just 2 games of him showing, all right, this is what I've learned.
If he plays tonight.
If he plays tonight, he drops what, like 20 and 14?
I'm just saying, if he plays tonight, you might be seeing the Miami Heat saying, go on out there, show us something. Like, we need you to.
If he goes out tonight and gets 20 and 14 and in 3 blocks and it's just a terror.
Or if he scores 10 points in 5 minutes, then, like, okay.
But if he's having one of those games where it's like 8 points and
sleepwalking through,
and he's playing another game, I've hardly ever seen a second-year player who had a lot of minutes, significant minutes, play that many games in summer league in a second year.
That is true, especially someone you're considering most likely going to be a starter for your team.
Right. Like, you may see players who were drafted in the first round last year and they're playing a lot, but that's because they were drafted late and they never really got that many minutes because they were on a contending team or the person that was ahead of them just played more minutes. But a guy like Kel'el played a lot of minutes last year. There was a 1-month span where he was Rookie of the Year favorite. Yeah, there was a time. Hard Rock Bet at least had him as a Rookie of the Year favorite. And
he hasn't been the best player in a game for the Heat this summer league yet because Kaspers Yakuchonis had 24 last game.
And that was his best. That was his first good game, but at least he was trying hard in the other games. But yeah, Pelle Larson's been good.
Yeah. And Kel'el's been middle. And this is Summer League, and
Mid.
which leads me to believe that maybe he's not taking it as serious as they would like him to, or maybe there's something else. I don't know.
And that's the reason why we're now you're talking about professionalism. Because listen, bro, you're in Vegas right now in July.
Easy to get distracted.
Easy. You should be distracted.
You gotta focus in though.
Yeah, you should be easily distracted. Like, you don't want to be there. You don't want to be watching a game. You want to be out in the pool.
Yeah. Living your life. You show up for the Summer League game, watch, and then you go back to living your life in Las Vegas. I mean, all the players, not all, but a lot of players do that. So just interesting to see how it goes. And
damn, England's beating the crap out of Wales, man. The women don't like each other. 4-0.
Goodness. Well, Chelsea's up 3-0, by the way.
Oh, they just scored again?
43rd minute. Yeah, thank you.
Wow.
So they're going to probably take it to the half. It's either going to be 3-0. Well, no, now it's 10. No, that's not updated. It is most likely, it is 3-0, I think. Let's see. It is 3-0.
Sure.
Taking it home, man. Chelsea taking home a trophy. 3-0 in the 44th minute.
Who scored the third goal?
Pedro.
Okay.
Who had a brace the previous game to get them in. So that's one of the new acquisitions where winning this is going to pay for his whole contract. So everyone that was critical of paying all this money to this big time player that maybe not, well, he's paid for it. Good job. And he also was integral in getting you to that big payroll. So yeah, you're good. 3-0 at halftime. Not even halftime yet. That's
Chelsea. That's what Chelsea's doing to PSG is what PSG was doing to everybody else in this tournament.
Who would have thought? Now, once again, this is soccer. You never know. I did go with Chelsea. I picked Chelsea to win.
Team. You did go with your team. Daniel Solana and myself thought PSG was going to mollywop them, and no.
So far, so good. I'm gonna have to go throw my Chelsea gear on.
No, I hope this is. I hope we have an exciting second half because I don't want to just see a game where it's just
like what PSG did to Inter Milan at the Inter Miami.
What PSG did to Real Madrid the last game. Yeah,
or Inter Miami. They just let it go.
Yeah. So who knows? I was wrong.
And the Marlins, what happens? Marlins, man, look, no matter what happens today, you got to be proud of it.
They're up
2-0, by the way.
Fam, if they end the season, the first half of the season, 7 games below 500,
sign me up.
And then what was that bet they said? That they wouldn't win 70 games, they said?
Yeah, the bet, the what do you call it? Updated bet was that they predict them to win 70 games this season. 70, man.
70. They won 40. They're 43-51. They win today, they'll be 44-51. 7 games below 500.
I'll be upset if they only win 70 games.
You're telling me they can't win 26 games?
Kyle Stowers going strong into the All-Star weekend. He has hit 2 home runs, by the way, in this game, Vlad. You think he's ready to go sure that he's an All-Star?
Really? He hit 2 home runs?
He has 2 home runs, 3 RBIs. The Marlins are up 4-0 now.
Oh, now it's because wow. Okay.
You think he wants to go to the All-Star game and show that he belongs to those guys and that the Marlins are a real baseball team and that everybody should stop talking about all this nonsense?
He hit 2 home runs in back-to-back innings. Jeez.
Wow. Kyle Stowers. What a gamer, man.
3 RBIs.
3 RBIs. Showing you belong there at the All-Star game. Very proud of him. Very proud of this Marlins team. Very proud of this Chelsea team. Very proud of Inter Miami. Messi, so proud of him. You know, who would have thought that the greatest of all time would have been able to set records and continue to play at high level? So proud of you, Vlad. We made it through today, and we're going to be back at it again this week. Joe Rose going to be on tomorrow morning, 6 to 10. Then it's Tobin and Leroy.
I'll be on there Tuesday
10
and Thursday.
2. You'll be on Tuesday. You're Mr. Tuesday and Thursday. And then Hawk Crowder Solana, not Daniel Solana, but Alejandro Solana will be on from 2 to 6. I'll be bouncing here, there, and everywhere. Hit us up at Vlad
2078.
Almost forgot. Almost forgot mine.
Dan Day Radio. Dan Day Radio.
Thank you again. For my cousin Vladimir Luson, I am Dan Day. This has been another edition of Sports Day on 560 WQAM.
Later, fools.